And a very pleasant good afternoon. Welcome to Pioneer Park on the campus of Tusculum University in Greenville, Tennessee. It is South Atlantic Conference baseball action today as Tusculum hosts the Newberry Wolves. I'm Jim Miller. I'll be along with you for Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Doug Page will be along for Game number 2. For Tusculum, it's their first action in exactly 1 week as the Pioneers coming off a 3 out of 4 series victory at Lincoln Memorial last weekend. Meanwhile, for Newberry, this is their first action since March the 10th. The Wolves have been in the SAC return to play protocol. They have not played a conference series since the 7th of March when they took 3 out of 4 from Queens. So Newberry playing just their 16th game of the season. They are 6-2 in the conference. Tusculum at 17-4 overall, 13-3 in the South Atlantic Conference, ranked 8th in the nation in Division II this week. For the Pioneers, this is their first home action in 2 weeks since they took 3 out of 4 from Queens in doubleheader play on March 13th and 14th. So the Pioneers glad to be back home, glad to be back on the field this afternoon. This is their next to last conference doubleheader of the season. Just one more home doubleheader weekend after this, then it'll be April 17th and 18th against Limestone. There is a non-conference game coming up. That'll be played Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock against Lee. Took a while to get the field ready. This game was originally scheduled to start at 4 o'clock. The game time then got pushed back to 5 o'clock, and now here we are at about 10 minutes until 6, and we're just about ready for today's first pitch. The coaches, Brandon Steele for Tusculum and Russell Triplett for Newberry, going over the ground rules prior to the start of this doubleheader. We have the starting lineups for both teams today. For Newberry, their lineup will be as follows. Leading off will be the left fielder, Nick Butler. Luke Orr playing first base will bat second. Jack Harris, the designated hitter, bats third. Aiden Bauer at third base hits fourth. Ian Clements will catch and bat fifth. Zane Terrence at center field hits sixth. Jacob LeBron, the right fielder, hits seventh. Gabriel Santiago at shortstop hits eighth. And Dalton Lansdowne, the second baseman, will bat ninth for Newberry, with the starting pitcher in Game 1 today, Tomas Sorcia Jr., the record of 3-1. For Tusculum, they will lead off this way. Dalton Martin at second base, batting first. The shortstop, Bryson Ford, will bat second. Brandon Trammell, the right fielder, hits third. Luis Ezra at first base bats fourth. Murphy Flood getting the start in left field, hitting fifth. Trey Hinton, the designated hitter, bats sixth. Jaden Stiegel, the third baseman, bats seventh. Chase Willenweber, the catcher, hits eighth. And Kyle Williams in center field bats ninth for the Pioneers, as they will send right-hander Gunnar Becker to the mound. He's got a record of 5-0 this season with 3 complete games in those 5 starts. The rain has moved out. Lots of rain yesterday, rain earlier today. Some areas got a couple inches of rain. There's flooding in our area, but the field has been worked on diligently by the Tusculum staff, and it's ready to go. We'll see how sloppy the outfield is. Its field drains pretty well, so they use left field as the dumping off point for the tarp. So we'll see if there's any issues out there in left field or on ground balls as well. See how the surface holds up. But no rain. We're not expecting any more rain today, and tomorrow looks good as well for the doubleheader, which will start at 1 o'clock here at Pioneer Park tomorrow afternoon between the Pioneers and the Wolves. It's the only action in the South Atlantic Conference left this weekend. Everything else is complete, and we'll run down the results from this weekend as we go along in our broadcast here this evening from Pioneer Park. Our producer this evening for tonight's game is Corey Seswick, and I'm glad you could join us here on the Pioneer Sports Network for college baseball action this evening. We had a doubleheader, 7-inning game to start, game number 1, and game 2 will be a 9-inning game. That'll start about 25 minutes after the conclusion of tonight's first game. So grab a pillow, grab a midnight snack and a beverage, and it'll be a late night here at Pioneer Park this evening between these two teams. And now we will pause for our national anthem. Our national anthem prior to the start of baseball action this evening here at Pioneer Park between Tusculum and Newberry. Game 1 of this doubleheader and game 1 of this 4-game series. Wind blowing out to left field, pretty strong to left. It normally blows out that way, and it's gusting the flagpole in left field. So any ball that gets up into that air in left field has a chance to carry a good ways. And we'll see how that impacts the play tonight as well. So a lot of environmental variables in tonight's doubleheader between Tusculum and Newberry. We gave you the starting lineups. We'll talk a little bit about Tusculum's starting pitcher. It's Gunnar Becker. Becker, who has been the Pioneers' #1 starter this season, has lived up to that billing this year. A 5-0 record for the senior, 6'1", 185 pounds, out of Grove City, Pennsylvania. Went to Slippery Rock High School and then Niagara County Community College before coming to Tusculum last season. Becker this season, 5-0 record. This is his 6th start. He's thrown 3 complete games, 33 2/3 innings. He has allowed 26 hits and 9 earned runs, walked 16, struck out 31, and opponents are hitting .217 against Gunnar Becker. His stats for the conference, his 3 complete games, are 2nd in the conference. His 5 victories are tied for 1st in the league. He's 7th in innings pitched with 33 2/3, 11th in strikeouts with 31. His earned run average of 2.41 ranks him 7th in the conference this season. His last start was also a victory at Lincoln Memorial this past Saturday, March the 20th. He went 7 innings, went the distance, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs in a 10-2 victory. Struck out 8 and walked 4 in that win. This is his 4th start at home this season. Becker at home this year is 3-0 with a 2.61 earned run average. He struck out 20 batters in 20 2/3 innings here at Pioneer Park this season. Getting us set for Newberry will be the left fielder, Nick Butler. Butler hitting .412 this year. He's started 11 out of 15 games with no home runs, 7 runs batted in. For Butler, the 6', 170-pound junior out of Camden, South Carolina. Becker's first pitch of the game is high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. First pitch at 5:58 Eastern Time. The 1-0 pitch to Butler is high, 2 balls and no strikes. Two 2-0 the count to Nick Butler. The 2-0 pitch, high, 3 balls and no strikes. Butler has started the last 11 games for Newberry. He's hit safely in 5 in a row. Of course, remember they haven't played since March the 10th, so any hitting streaks or momentum of that sort has been kind of quashed by their return to play protocols. 3-0 pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike the count to Butler leading off the ball game. 3-1 pitch is fouled away on the right side. It's 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count to Nick Butler. Becker with the windup and the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. So Butler down on strikes after getting hit 3-0. And Becker has the strikeout to open up the ballgame. Three at the first baseman, Luke Orr. Orr hitting .353. He has started all 15 games. A home run, 11 runs batted in. Orr, a senior, 5'11", 180 pounds, out of Huntersville, North Carolina. First pitch to him is taken for the ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Wind up by Becker, and the 1-0 pitch is high and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Orr has hit 1 of the 2 home runs that Newberry has hit as a team this season. Wolves not a power hitting team by any stretch of the imagination, but they will small ball you to death. Next pitch is high, 3 balls and no strikes. Of course, it's a little unfair that they are near the bottom in most statistical categories because they've just played fewer games than everybody else. It's only their 16th game. The 3-0 pitch is there for a strike 3-1. compared to the rest of the conference and the teams that have played 25, 30 games. And Newberry's stuck at, nobody's gotten to 30 yet, but teams are in the mid-20s right now. 3-1 pitch. He's fouled away, 3-2. So just as he did to the first batter, Becker falls behind 3-0, gets called strike and a foul ball, and now we're at a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Orr. One up the payoff pitch. Fouled away, still 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes to count to Orr. Becker with the wind and the 3-2 pitch. Line towards center field. Williams got a start, gets back towards the fence. He won't get it. It's in play. And Williams picks it up on the warning track. And rolling into second base with the double is Orr. It's his 3rd double of the season, and he is a 1-out base runner here in the first. But Orr with the line double to center. The Wolves have a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
The DH, number 15, Jack Harris.
We'll bring out the designated hitter, Jack Harris. Harris hitting .377, no home runs, 11 runs batted in. Harris is senior out of Watsonville, California, by way of San Francisco State. Stretch by Becker, and the first pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 the count to Harris. Newberry is a team hitting .281 this season, ranking them 7th in the conference. Despite only playing 15 games, they still lead the conference in sacrifice bunts with 19. Pitch up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count. So Becker's fallen behind each of the first 3 batters. .2-0 pitch, line towards right field, but a foul ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count to Harris. One pitch, checked his swing, but he went 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. To Jack Harris. On deck is the 3rd baseman, Aiden Power. Harris digs in with Orr, the runner at second base. Stretch the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball outside, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Jack Harris. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Now the stretch. And the 3-2 pitch, up and in, ball 4. So Becker has worked some deep counts here in the early going. He walks Harris, runners at first and second. Catcher Chase Willenweber out to settle in Becker, who's gone to full count each of the first 3 batters. He's already thrown 18 pitches. And with 2 on and 1 out, it'll bring up the third baseman, Aiden Bauer. Bauer is hitting .362, no home runs, 9 runs batted in. Bauer, sophomore out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Batting here with 2 on and 1 out in the first. Becker with the long look back at Orr off second base. Orr bluffs to going, and the pitch is a strike. 1 strike to count to Aiden Bauer. Bauer, a 3-year starter at Newberry. The 0-1 pitch to him. Checks his swing. It's a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Aiden Bauer. Bauer, like Orr and Harris, has started all 15 games. Becker's 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball inside, 1-2. Newberry without some of their regular starters tonight. No Colin Allman, not in the starting lineup this evening. But they'll give it a go with what they've got tonight in this opening game of this 4-game series. Becker ahead of ball in 2 strikes. Long set and time called at the plate. One and 2 the count to Bauer. Now the 1-2 pitch, high, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Bauer. Becker working off the first base side of the rubber, 2-2 pitch, fouled back, 2-2. Two and 2 the count holds to Bauer. Becker racking up a high pitch count here in this first inning, but the Pioneers do have a very well-rested bullpen. 2-2 pitch. Low and in, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, count to Aiden Bauer. Newberry as a team has stolen 26 bases in 15 games, so do not be surprised if the runners are off with the pitch. Both Harris and Orr do have 1 stolen base this season. Depending how much confidence they have in Bauer as a contact hitter. He's a good contact hitter with 4 strikeouts and 47 at-bats. See what happens on the 3-2. Runners hold, and pitches outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. A double and 2 walks have loaded the bases with 1 out for the catcher Ian Clements. Clements 1 for 10 this season. It was a double, and he has 1 run batted in. Clements, a senior, 5'10", 200 pounds, out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Making just his 4th appearance of the season. First pitch to him is on the outside corner for a strike. Clements played the second game of the season for Newberry at North Greenville, went 1 for 5 with a double. He was 0 for 2 the second game of that doubleheader against North Greenville, and then was 0 for 2 against Carson Newman February 20th. And that's the last time he's played. It's been more than a month since he's stood in the batter's box in a ball game. The 0-1 pitch to him, low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Clements. Becker in a jam here in the top of the first inning, a double and 2 walks. The 1-1 pitch to him. Line towards third, it's just foul. Just foul down the right left field line, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ian Clements. Clements' lack of activity this season is not indicative of his career at Newberry. He has been a starter for the Wolves in the past. Had a good bit of starting experience as a sophomore, and then again last season. His 3rd start of the year behind the plate for Newberry. Batting with a 1-2 count. Becker's pitch to him. Breaking ball high, 2-2. Two and 2 the count to Clements, who is a career .262 hitter with 3 career home runs. Batting here with a 2-2 count. Becker's stretch and pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on a high fastball. Second strikeout of the inning for Becker. And there's now 2 outs in the inning for the center fielder, Zane Terrence. Terrence making his 15th start of the season. He's just 3 for 37 at the plate. But he has scored 6 runs. He's walked 6 times. So Terrence batting with the bases loaded and 2 outs. First pitch to him is a little bit high, 1 ball and no strikes. Home plate umpire for this game is Marcus Neal. Ned Temmerman is working the bases. One ball and no strikes to count to Terrence. That is also high, 2 balls and no strikes. Now, Torrance just 3 hits this season and 37 at bats, but he's had 2 balls and no strikes. (2-0) pitch is there for a strike, 2-1. Torrance, a junior out of Odessa, Florida, so went to Sickles High School. 5'7", 145 pounds. 3-year starter for Newberry. (2-1) pitch to him. Hit towards second. Martin will go the short way to forward at short, and that'll retire to the side. So Becker pitches in and pitches out of trouble in the top of the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 3 left on base. A half inning in the books. It's Newberry nothing. Tusculum coming to bat on the Pioneer Sports Network. Here at the bottom of the first inning, Tusculum coming to bat against Newberry starting pitcher Tomas Sorcia Jr. Sorcia 3-1 this season, a 3.65 earned run average. 24 2/3 innings, he's given up 18 hits and 10 earned runs, walked 10, struck out 30, and opponents are hitting 196 against Sorcia, who's a 6'3", 160-pound graduate student out of Saluda, South Carolina. He was a preseason first-team All-SAC selection last year. Honorable mention All-Conference in 2019 after going 8-0 that year for the Wolves. So Sorcia has been there a while. This is his 5th season at Newberry, and he has that 3-1 record so far this season. Stepping in for the Pioneers to lead it off will be Dalton Martin, the second baseman. Martin hitting .347, 5 homers, 23 runs batted in. First pitch from Sorcia is low for a ball, 1-0. Sorcia's last appearance was against Queens on March the 6th. He picked up the victory in a 10-5 win. 6 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 4 earned runs. He struck out 7, walked 2. Also has defeated Wingate and Carson Newman this season as he rolls one, does Martin towards second base, where it's picked up by Lansdowne and flipped on to first for the out. So Martin is retired. One down here in the bottom of the first inning. The shortstop Bryson Ford will bat. Ford hitting .329 with 2 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Sorcia has 1 complete game this season. It came against Carson Newman on February the 20th, a 7-inning complete game. He gave up 1 run and a 7-1 win, struck out 9. His first pitch to Ford is on the outside corner for a strike. Sorcia career 17-4 record with a 4.43 earned run average, his 31st career start. He's run 178 2/3 innings at Newberry as he grounds this one to third as Ford. Nice stop by Bauer. Throw across the diamond is airmailed, and attempting to take second is going to be Ford, and he will get in there standing. As is a nice play at third base by Bauer, and then he just airmailed the throw over to first. And it'll be an error all the way as he had plenty of time to make that play. Ford saving second on the throwing error. And he is a 1-out base runner for Brandon Trammell, the right fielder. Trammell hitting .372, 6 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Trammell leads the South Atlantic Conference in RBIs with those 34. First pitch to Trammell is upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. Trammell with also 5 doubles this season, slugging percentage of .692. Senior. 6'5", 235 pounds out of Knoxville, Bearden High School. Swings and misses at that one, 1 ball and 1 strike. Trammell 4th in the conference in runs scored with 29. His 6 home runs are 5th in the league. As mentioned, his 34 RBIs are 1st in the conference. 8th in the league in both batting at .372 and slugging at .692. 1-1 to Trammell. Swing and miss, strike 2. Trammell's hit safely in 5 straight and 11 out of 12. He's working on a stretch of 3 consecutive 2-for-4 games. He was 7 for 15 in the series at Lincoln Memorial. One and 2 the count to Brandon Trammell. Sorcia's pitch. Hit towards left center field. Giving chase is the center fielder Torrance, and he will make the catch. He slips as he comes down with the ball, but Ford was not tagging, and he'll hang on at second base. So Trammell retired with a fly ball to center for the second out.
First base, number 32, Louis Ezra.
And at the plate for the Pioneers now will be Louis Ezra. Ezra hitting .328, a home run, 16 runs batted in. Ezra, the senior, 6'3", 220 pounds out of Miami Lakes, Florida, via Seminole State. Stretch by Sorcia. First pitch to Ezra is high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Luis Ezra. Stretch in the 1-0 pitch is way outside. 2 balls and no strikes. On deck is the left fielder Murphy Flood. Ezra had a good series at Lincoln Memorial despite going 0 for 5 in the second game of that series. He was 8 for 17 with 3 doubles and 3 RBIs. He doubled 3 times in that final game against LMU to tie the school record. Next pitch, he checked his swing, what he takes for a strike. It's 2-1. Ezra's only home run this season was a grand slam at Young Harris back on February the 23rd. Ezra, good contact hitter, just 7 strikeouts and 61 at-bats. He has walked 17 times. 2-1 pitch to him is right there for a strike. It's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Luis Ezra. Ford the runner at second base with 2 outs. Sorcia's 2-2 pitch. Check swing, it's fouled into the netting, still 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Ezra. Sorcia gets the sign from Clemens. Stretch. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got it. So Ezra is down on strikes. First strikeout of the game for Sorcia. And both teams scoreless in the first inning. We're through 1. And today night's doubleheader, it's Tusculum and Newberry scoreless on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
Fresh vanilla, rocky road, chocolate, peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
We head to the top of the second inning. Newberry and Tusculum are scoreless. Taking a look at what happened around the Southland Conference this weekend. Coker hosted Limestone in a scheduled 4-game series. On Friday, they only got the first game in. Coker won it 7-5. And they came back and did play the doubleheader on Saturday. Coker winning the first game 10-6. And the second game of that doubleheader, to keep everybody in suspense here, that went to Coker also by a score of 9-4. So Coker took 3 from Limestone. Coker now 9-10 in the conference. Limestone drops to 8-11 in the conference. We'll update you on some of the other results as we continue along here on our game this evening, which is off to the top of the second inning. And the leadoff batter for Newberry is Jacob LeBron, the right fielder. LeBron hitting .286. He's 6 for 21, with a double and 3 runs batted in. LeBron, a freshman out of Lexington, South Carolina. Becker's next pitch to him is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. It'll be LeBron, Santiago, and Lansdowne here in the second inning for the Wolves, who left the bases loaded in the top of the first inning. Becker with the 2-0 pitch, inside 3-0. Becker's worked behind batters from the start. He fell behind 4 batters in that first inning. He's behind 3-0 here. And the pitch to LeBron is taken 4-4. Third walk already issued by Becker, who's walked 16. He walked 16 and 33 and 2/3 innings coming
The
in.
shortstop,
3 so far.
number 3, Gabriel Santiago.
Shortstop Gabriel Santiago will bat. Santiago looking for his first hit of the season. He is 0 for 9, making his 4th start of the year. He's a freshman, 5'5", 135 pounds, out of Castleberry, Florida's Lake Howell High School. Do not be surprised if Santiago is bunting. Even though Newberry's only played 15 games, they lead the conference in sacrifice bunts. They have sacrificed 19 times. And the bunt is shown, and the pitch is off of Roland Weber, and moving up to second base is LeBron. And that will be a passed ball against Roland Weber. As that pitch was inside, and Santiago pulled back, and Roland Weber couldn't handle it. So the passed ball, working as, in effect, a sacrifice, gets the runner to second. Again, do not be surprised if Santiago does not attempt to bunt him over to third. Give them a chance of a sacrifice fly possibility. Ezra at first base is even with the grass, as is Stiegel over at third. They're looking for bunt. Here it comes. It's high. 2 balls and no strikes. Speaking personally, I love the way Newberry plays the game. I love the bunt game. Always have. Small ball has always been my thing. So this has a soft spot in my heart. 2 balls and no strikes to count. To Santiago. Becker is set. 2-0. Bunt shown, taken, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes to count to Santiago, with Dalton Lansdowne, the second baseman, waiting on deck. Three and 0 the count. LeBron, the runner at second base. Becker wants Roland Weber to go through the signs again. Now he's going to step off. His time called at the plate. Three and 0 the count. Becker's pitch. Shows bunt, takes ball 4. 4th walk already for Becker. And there's 2 on and nobody out here in the second inning. Upsets the second baseman, Dalton Lansdowne. Lansdowne hitting .300. No home runs, 8 runs batted in. Also has 5 stolen bases this season. Time is called, and we'll have a discussion as Lansdowne steps in. Lansdowne, the senior out of Lexington, South Carolina. Other South Atlantic Conference baseball action this weekend. Queens hosted Catawba for a 4-game series, and those results may be a little surprising. Queens on Friday won the opener of the series 6-2. And then took game 2 11-4. And on Saturday, Catawba won the first game 11-2 and 9-1 in the second game. So they wound up splitting that 4-game series. Catawba now 11-5 in the conference. They're in 4th place. Queens 6-18 this year. They are in 12th place. 12th place is Queens. Not a lot of gap between with the top 8 making the conference tournament. You've got 6 teams that were within 2.5 games, 3 games of that spot there. So it's going to be some jockeying for those final 2 positions. Top 5 seem to be pretty secure at this point. But still a lot of baseball left to be played here, as every team will be playing 32 conference games this season. So Lansdowne bats with runners at first and second, nobody out. Pioneers putting a coverage play on as Martin sneaks in behind the runner at second, LeBron. See what Tusculum looked like they were putting a rotation play on, as they had the shortstop Ford covering third and had both the corner infielders charging hard. Becker's objective here is to throw strikes. Corners sneaking in, especially Ezra at first. They do bunt it towards third. Stiegel will go the easy out, and the tag has to be applied by Martin as the throw is a little bit wide. But it is a sacrifice, 5-4, and the runners move up to second and third. So Lansdowne does his job and moves the runners up 90 feet. And we'll be back around to the top of the order for the left fielder, Nick Butler. Butler struck out to open up the ball game. So Becker in trouble for the second inning in a row. 2 in scoring position with 1 out. He got out of it in the first inning with a strikeout and a groundout. Infield back in the middle. Ezra even with the bag at first. Becker's first pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Outfield average depth across the outfield. Stretch by Becker. The 1-0 pitch on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count to Butler. Becker already at 44 pitches in this ball game. The 1-1 chopped foul towards third. It'll be a ball and 2 strikes to Nick Butler. Luke Orr, the first baseman, waits on deck. Pair of walks in this second inning for Becker. We'll again try and get out of trouble here. The 1-2 pitch coming to Butler. Fly towards right center field. Will be deep enough to score the run. Trammell has it lined up, makes the catch. He'll throw towards third. Santiago tags and slides in head first to third. As in to score is LeBron with the first run of the game, and Newberry leads it 1-0. A sacrifice fly by Nick Butler, his 8th RBI of the season. So LeBron scores. Santiago takes third. And Luke Orr, the first baseman, comes to the plate. He doubled to center his first time up. So finally, the walks hurt Becker as LeBron scores after the leadoff walk. The pitch is in there for a strike. One strike the count to Orr. Ball is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count to Orr. Becker with the set. And the 1-1 pitch. Slice foul. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Into the netting that extends the length of the dugouts, much as they've done in Major League Baseball facilities. It's a home Appalachian League home for many years for Greenville. A couple years ago, they put the netting in behind the dugouts. Extends the length of the dugout. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Orr. Becker's 1-2. Chopped down the first base line. They'll let it roll foul as Wollenweber plays it foul. It's still 1-2. Pioneer Park, 331 down the lines, 400 to straightaway center field. This summer will be the home of the Greenville Flyboys of the reconstituted Appalachian League. It'll be a summer high-caliber wood bat league. Their season will get underway early June here at Pioneer Park. They'll play through early August. There'll be some good college baseball action. Some of the top college players in the country will be playing in East Tennessee and Southwest Virginia and Burlington, North Carolina as well this summer. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Orr. Pitch is low and in, stopped by Weber, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes the count to Orr. Harris, the designated hitter, waits on deck. 1-0 Newberry here in the top of the second. 2-2 pitch. Line towards right. That'll be a base hit. And the score is Santiago. And Orr has himself his second hit of the game. It's an RBI single. And Newberry leads it 2-0. Orr, his 12th run batted in this year. So both the walks in the second inning by Becker come back to bite as LeBron and Santiago score. It's 2-0 Newberry. Designated hitter Jack Harris at the plate. Harris walked in the first. Stretch by Becker and the pitch chopped towards third, foul. 1 strike the count. To Harris. Stretch by Becker and the 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Harris. One pitch. Inside, almost crossed up Weber, 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 the count. To Jack Harris. Runner goes, pitches a ball. The throw to second is in plenty of time, and out at second base is the runner Orr. He's thrown out Weber to Martin, 2-4, caught stealing to end the inning. But for Newberry in the second inning, 2 runs on 1 hit and nobody left on base. Through an inning and a half, it's Newberry 2, Tusculum nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network.
It'll be okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have you anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
Let's get you to that wedding.
a curveball is that much more satisfying
I got the flowers!
when you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome!
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls.
Leading off for Tusculum, left fielder, number 4.
And the bottom of the second inning, Newberry leading Tusculum 2-0. And Murphy Flood will lead it off for the Pioneers. Flood, the left fielder, hitting .276. No home runs, 6 runs batted in his 7th start of the season for Flood. The Sophomore, 6'2", 290 pounds out of Dalton, Georgia. First pitch by Sorcia is lined down the left field line, just foul. One strike to Murphy Flood. So Flood jumped all over that first pitch by Sorcia and lined it down the left field line, but just foul. The Tusculum working from behind here tonight as Newberry gets 2 runs in the top of the second inning. Taking for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Flood. Flood hitting Stiegel for the Pioneers here in the second. Swing and miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Flood. Flood went 3 for 6 in the doubleheader at LMU on Sunday, which is his last action. A double and an RBI in that doubleheader sweep by the Pioneers. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Flood. Next pitch is low, 2-2. You can tell the sun has come out here at Pioneer Park. Better late than never. Dry things up just nicely. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Flood. Second strikeout for Sorcia. 1 down here in the second.
The designated hitter, number 6, Trey Hinton.
Trey Hinton, the designated hitter, will come to the plate. Hinton batting .345, no home runs, 5 runs batted in. Hinton, the senior out of Knoxville, Christian Academy of Knoxville, shows bunt, takes low and in for a ball, 1-0. One ball and no strikes to count to Trey Hinton. 1-0 pitch. Be there for a strike, 1-1. Hinton hasn't played since the Saturday doubleheader against Lincoln Memorial last week. He went 3 for 8 in that doubleheader with 2 runs batted in. Takes a ball, 2 balls and a strike to count to Hinton. Wind up the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Trey Hinton. Hinton went over the 100 career walk mark recently. He grounds that one up the middle. Santiago hard to his left. The throw across is in time for the out. Nice play by the shortstop Gabriel Santiago for the second out of the second inning. 2 up and 2 down, and it's the third baseman, Jaden Stiegel. Stiegel hitting .242, a home run, 13 runs batted in. 5'9", 180-pound junior out of Hiram, Georgia. Preseason second team all-conference selection is Stiegel. Stiegel playing his 88th career game, has 6 career home runs, .281 career hitter. And first pitch from Sorcia is in there for a strike. 1 strike to count to Jaden Stiegel. Next one is bounced up there, 1 ball and 1 strike. Stiegel just 2 for his last 17. But he has knocked in 5 runs in that stretch and also scored 6 runs. Wind up the 1-1 pitch. Low, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to count to Jaden Stiegel. Sorcia with the wind and the 2-1 pitch. Low, 3-1. Stiegel, a better hitter on the road than at home. He's hitting just .222 at home this season, .269 on the road. Three and one the count. The pitch, outside ball 4. First walk issued by Sorcia. And Stiegel's a 2-out base runner for the catcher Chase Willenweber. Willenweber hitting .310. A home run, 22 runs batted in. Senior out of Westchester, Ohio, 6 foot, 195 pounds. So Willenweber steps in. He and Jordan Beaver share the catching duties for the Pioneers. Sorcia with the set. And the first pitch to Willenweber. Right there for a strike. Willenweber does have 8 doubles this season, second on the team to Ford, who has 10. 22 RBIs, fourth on the team. Very productive out of that number 8 spot. He had 4 RBIs against Mars Hill, 5 RBIs in the season opener against Indianapolis, a game in which he hit his lone home run of the season. Back at first base on the dive is Stiegel, who has stolen 2 bases this year. Sorcia with the set and the pitch. Chopped foul towards third. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Chase Willenweber. Nothing in 2, the count to Willenweber. Stiegel, the runner at first base, and 2 outs here in the second. Kyle Williams, the center fielder, waits on deck. Go-to pitch. High, 1 and 2. One ball and 2 strikes, the count. Stretch and the 1-2 pitch. High, 2 and 2. Stiegel goes. The throw to second is going to be not in time, as swimming over the tag was the runner Stiegel. The throw was in time, and Lansdowne tried to apply the tag, but making the swim move there at second base was Stiegel, and he is safe on the stolen base. It's third of the season. Crafty play there by Stiegel. When you have nowhere else to go, improvise. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Willenweber. Sorcia's pitch. Half swing, strike 3, inning over. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Sorcia. He pitches around the 2-out walk. He's got 3 strikeouts in the ball game. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. After 2, it's Newberry 2, Tusculum nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network.
So much of life these days is rushing around from one place to another. Sometimes you just want to enjoy the journey on the way to the destination. And part of what makes it a little more enjoyable is an appreciation for the folks who help you get there. At Ingalls, we know that the people who send you on your way are the same ones who keep you coming back.
I think you should take it for a spin. Are you serious?
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Broken windshield.
And at the top of the third inning, Newberry leading Tusculum 2-0. Glad you could join us here on the Pioneer Sports Network this evening. Jim Miller sitting in with you for game number 1. Game 2 will be a 9-inning game. This is a 7-inning game, and the 9-inning game will follow. And Doug Page will have the call of that one for you on the Pioneer Sports Network starting about 25 minutes or so after the conclusion of this one. So we've taken almost an hour to get through the first 2 innings. So put an extra pot of coffee on the maker and get yourself ready for a long night of baseball here at Pioneer Park. Jack Harris leads off the top of the third inning. He was batting in the second inning when Luke Orr was thrown out attempting to steal to end the top of the second inning. Harris walked his first time up, one of 4 walks issued by Gunnar Becker, the Tusculum starter, who has quite honestly not been very effective tonight as far as his control goes. He's been all over the place. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Harris. Plenty of guys down in that bullpen. We'll see if Coach Brandon Steele dips down there as the game progresses. 2-0 pitch. There for a strike. Or no, it's a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. Becker's been very consistent and has worked very deep into ball games this season. They've needed next to no relief help for him all year. But we are going to see the bullpen activity now as that pitch is not even close. Ball 4. Harris walks for the second time. 5th walk by Becker, and now we're seeing some activity.
Third baseman, 26, Hayden Bauer.
Try and sneak a glance of who might be warming up. A lot of choices. In any event, it'll be the third baseman, Aiden Bauer, at the plate. Bauer walked in the first inning. And Harris on at first. He has stolen 1 base this season. This pitch is a breaking ball outside, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes the count to Bauer. Pickoff throw, safe at first is Harris. I had $1 for every time I said I wish I had binoculars up here. I'd be independently wealthy. You can tell who's throwing down there. 1-0 pitch, strike 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count to Bauer. Becker with the set. Harris literally jumping around at first base and back safely. Becker at 62 pitches already. One pitch coming from Becker. And it's high and outside, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to count. Two and 1 the count to Bauer. Becker sets. Throw to first. Two balls and 1 strike, the count holds to Aiden Bauer. 2-1 pitch, foul away, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Aiden Bauer. Long look. The runner goes. The pitch is chopped foul at the plate. Still 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count holds. Becker checks the runner at first. Becomes set. And the 2-2. Inside, it's full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Aiden Bauer. On deck is the catcher, Ian Clemens. See if the runner goes on the 3-2. He does not go, and the pitch is low and in, ball 4. 2 on, nobody out here in the third. Back-to-back walks, second inning in a row. Becker's walked the first 2 batters. Coach Brandon Steele looking at the home plate umpire. Looks like that he may be. Well, I thought he might be coming out to call time, but instead he's calling putting the bunt coverage on. See how much longer Becker will survive out there, as he has walked 6 batters in 2+ innings. Clemens struck out with the bases loaded in the first. The bullpen's still hot for the Pioneers. Ezra creeping in at first. There's the bunt, and it's taken for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count to Ian Clemens. That was Becker's 70th pitch of the game, and we're in the 3rd inning. And just kind of head scratching because Becker has been so reliable for the Pioneers this season, but just not able to find the zone here in this ballgame. Long set and time called again. Becker peers in for the sign from Woolenweber. Runners take their lead. Bunt coming. This time it's taken for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Clemens. One and 1 the count. Ezra still a step in on the grass at first. Stiegel hanging out by the bag at third. He may be staying home. See if he charges or not. He stays home. The pitch is bounced up there, and the runner's going to move up on a wild pitch. So for the 2nd time in this game, Newberry showing bunt, and the runner moves up on a miscue. First it was a pass ball in the 2nd inning, now a wild pitch. He's giving it an out. Throw strikes. 2 balls and a strike now to Clemens with runners in scoring position. Newberry leading 2-0, poised to break this one open here in the 3rd. Becker's 2-1. Fly ball, pop up off of first. Ezra drifting back into fair territory, and Martin has it instead for the out. That wind whipping towards left field, and Ezra tried to stay with it as long as he could, but giving way then to Martin for the out. So pop up to second for the first out of the inning. And the center fielder, Zane Terrence, will bat. Terrence was out on a fielder's choice to end the 1st inning. Runners now at 2nd and 3rd, and 1 out here in the 3rd. Middle infield playing back. They'll concede a run on a ground ball. Ezra watching in case they try a squeeze, and the pitch is blocked in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes to count. To Terrence. This one's lined to right center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Tagging with third was the runner Harris. He'll score and Bauer in on his heels. That's a 2-run single for Zach Terrence. Just his 4th hit of the season. His 1st and 2nd RBIs of the year. And they give Newberry a 4-0 lead here in the 3rd. As Terrence just lined that one into right center field. Harris tagged. And he was going to score easily no matter what. And Bauer read that well off the bat, and he was right in on his heels, make it 4-0. And here comes Coach Brandon Steele, and that will be the end of the evening for Gunnar Becker, who just uncharacteristic outing for him tonight. Just did not have it from the first inning on, and he'll have to depart after giving up 4 runs so far on 3 hits and 6 walks in 2 1/3 innings. So it's a call to the bullpen for the Pioneers, and we'll have information on that bullpen call when we come back. Your Pioneers trailing Newberry 4-0 in the 3rd inning on the Pioneer Sports Network. New pitcher for the Pioneers is Justin Parker. Parker, senior, 6'4", 205 pounds, out of Huntsville, Alabama, by way of Motlow's State. Parker making his 9th appearance out of the bullpen this year. He's 1-1 with a save of 4.05 earned run average, 13 1/3 innings. He has given up 12 hits and 6 runs, walked 2, struck out 11. Opponents hitting exactly .240 against Justin Parker this season. So Parker, who has been warming up since the start of the inning, whose number I could not read as hard as I tried looking down in that bullpen. Parker gets the call for the Pioneers. He will try and keep it to a 4-0 game. His last appearance was in the Pioneers' last game, 9-3 win at LMU on Sunday, a week ago. He pitched an inning and a third, struck out 1. Also took a loss in that series in a 5-4 setback in Game 2 of that 4-game series. His save came against Lenore Ryan on March the 9th with 3 innings of scoreless relief and an 8-2 victory. Parker in his Pioneer career he made 1 start last season. That was his only appearance. He gave up 4 runs in 3 2/3 innings. So he will face the right fielder for Newberry, Jacob LeBron. LeBron walked and scored in the 2nd. So Newberry has a 4-0 lead here in the 3rd. We'll have Becker's line once it's closed, as the lights are now on here at Pioneer Park, competing with the dwindling sunshine. First pitch, the runner goes, and a perfectly executed hit and run as LeBron found the hole at shortstop where Ford had vacated. Now the throw from Flood is thrown away, and coming in to score is going to be Terrence all the way from first base, and on to third is LeBron. So a total disaster on that play for the Pioneers. as they did the hit and run. Terrence was running on the pitch. LeBron singled to left field right in the hole, and Terrence went to third, and then Flood airmailed the throw to third base. He's better off emailing it, and it went all the way down around the backstop area, and Parker had to track it down as Terrence crossed the plate. So it's an error on Flood. No RBI on the play, and LeBron all the way around to third. Now it's 5-0 Newberry. Now the infield's going to have to play in as the shortstop Santiago bats. Santiago walked and scored in the second. You really got to think this would be a perfect squeeze run opportunity for the Wolves. He throws the bunt, and it's taken for a ball. So they're trying it. They're looking for it. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Santiago. 1 out here in the third inning. Parker with a set. Showing bunt again. Takes it for a strike, 1-1. And the only runner, LeBron at third base is the only runner. So that's the only play you've got here is the squeeze, probably a safety squeeze bunt. Because he's not breaking on the pitch. They're counting on Santiago to put the ball perfectly so LeBron can score from third. Now he's going to swing away this time and take a strike, 1-2. I wouldn't back up if I was the infielders at the corner. A 2-strike bunt wouldn't surprise me at this point. 1-2 the count. He is going to swing away. Hit it to short. The runner's breaking from third, and he will score as Ford opts to go to first for the out. And LeBron scores as Santiago grounds out to short for the second out of the inning. But Santiago does his job. He drives in the run, his first RBI of the season, and Newberry now leads it 6-0 here in the third inning. And that clears the bases. The second baseman, Dalton Lansdowne. Lansdowne sacrificed his first time up. The first pitch is in there for a strike. One strike to count to Lansdowne. The stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to count to Dalton Lansdowne. Stretch, the 1-1 pitch. Low, 2-1. Two and 1 the count to Lansdowne. Tries to bunt, foul tips it at the plate. It's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Dalton Lansdowne with 2 outs here in the third inning, and Newberry leading 6-0. They push 4 runs across in this inning. Two from Parker. Chop foul at the plate, still 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes, the count holds to Dalton Lansdowne, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Newberry's gone through the order twice before Tusculum's gotten through the order once. 2-2 pitch is low and away, 3-2. Kyle Williams will lead off the bottom of the third inning for the Pioneers, has not yet batted. All 9 batters for Newberry have hit twice. They lead it 6-0. Parker stretches, and the 3-2 pitch coming to Lansdowne. Line towards right center field. That'll be a base hit. Lansdowne has his first hit of the game, 5th hit of the game for Newberry, and he's a 2-out base runner.
Left fielder, Nick Butler.
And Nick Butler, the leadoff batter, will bat for the third time. He struck out in the first and hit a sacrifice fly in the second. Stretch by Parker. And the pitch coming to Butler. Runner goes. Pitch is a ball, a strike, but it doesn't matter as the throw to second is in plenty of time to get the out. As Wollenweber throws out another runner at second base, it'll be 2-4 again on the caught stealing, so 2 innings in a row. And Newberry's had a runner thrown out stealing to end the inning. But the damage done, 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and nobody left. We're through 2.5. It's Newberry 6, Tusculum nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Windshield, take 1.
Hey guys, my windshield just got broken. I feel like I need to blow off some steam. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Blanks, there's no need to be stressed. Geico makes it easy to file a claim online, on the app, or over the phone.
Yeah, but what if I never hear back? That's gonna make me want to go, check.
No, your Geico claims team is always there for you.
That makes me want to celebrate with some fireworks. 5, 6, 7, go. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah!
Geico. Great service without all the drama. Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate, peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
We head to the bottom of the third inning with Tusculum trailing Newberry 6-0. It'll be Kyle Williams, the center fielder, leading off for the Pioneers, his first plate appearance of the ball game. Williams, the number 9 hitter for the Pioneers, hitting .345, no home runs, 13 runs batted in. He's tied for the team lead in walks with 17. Sorcia's first pitch is popped foul, 1 strike to Kyle Williams. Williams, a junior, 5'9", 170 pounds, out of Yuba City, California, by way of Sierra College. Started 20 games for the Pioneers this season. Sorcia winds, the 0-1 pitch is low for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. The book is closed on Gunnar Becker. 2 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned. 6 walks, 2 strikeouts. 75 pitches, 44 balls, 31 strikes for Gunnar Becker. That one's looped foul by Williams. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count to Kyle Williams. Sorcia has needed 35 pitches to get through 2 innings. He has struck out 3, walked 1. Sorcia with the wind and the 1-2 pitch to Williams. Breaking ball, chopped towards third. Be a tough play and a nice throw over across for the out by Bauer. He gets Williams by a half a step. Nice play at third by Bauer for the first out of the inning. And the base umpire was calling. Williams is out.
Now batting second baseman Dalton Martin.
5-3. And Dalton Martin at the plate. Martin grounded to second his first time up. For the record, if you're keeping score at home, all those runs in the second inning are officially earned runs. The pitch is taken high for a ball to Dalton Martin. 5'10", 210-pound graduate student out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. All-American, all-conference, all-everything. Tusculum's career leader in hits with 268. This is his 200th career game today as he swings and misses. He has never missed a game at Tusculum. He started every game but one. In the freshman season, he was down in Florida. It was like the third or fourth game of his career he didn't start. He started every other game in his career since then. 200 games for Dalton Martin. Blowing in 2 balls and 1 strike. The career leader in walks, 140. He's up there in RBIs, 168. 44 stolen bases, 65 doubles, 16 triples. That can go on and on, but 374 career batting average. His 5th season with the Pioneers. 2-1 pitches taken for a ball, 3-1. And a singular player in this program, and he will be missed. 5 home runs this season. He only hit 1 last year after hitting 8 in 2019. 3-1 pitch is way outside, ball 4, and Martin draws a walk. Martin batting leadoff now after hitting second for a while. He hit third before that in his career.
The shortstop, number 10, Bryson.
1-out base runner for Bryson Ford, the shortstop. Ford reached on a throwing error his first time up. Moved up to second as Bauer airmailed a throw across from third. Ford, a career .326 hitter with 8 career homers, 112 career RBIs for Ford. Also 41 career steals. Throw over to first. Martin back safely. Martin has 7 steals and 8 attempts this season. Tusculum enjoys the running game. They've stolen 32 bases this season in 21 games. But down 6-0, unlikely that Martin would go, but I've seen it happen. That pitch is taken for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Bryson Ford. 142 career hits for Ford. Bearden High School in Knoxville. That Knoxville area have been very fertile for the Pioneers over the years, recruiting-wise. 1-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. Knoxville area guys that are on the team. Trey Hinton, Bryson Ford, Zane Keener, Brandon Trammell, Trevor Lloyd, Harper Jefferson is Cleveland, that's a little bit further down. Jonathan Nelson, Grant Crosby, it's a very lengthy list. Sean D'Angelo. So Knoxville's been a very strong recruiting area for this Pioneer team. It's 2 balls and a strike to Bryson Ford. Two and 1 to Ford. With Martin the runner at first. Sorcia with the set, 2-1 pitch. Low, 3-1. Don't count this Pioneer team out. 6-0 is 6-0, and Sorcia is a good pitcher, but the Pioneers have shown that a 6-run lead is something that they can have the ability to overcome. Three and 1 the count to Ford. Sorcia's pitch, high, ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Sorcia. He's walked 3. And now he'll have to deal with Brandon Trammell. And we'll have a visit to the mound before that. So the Pioneers have put 2 on here with 1 out in the 3rd. Trammell with those 34 RBIs leads the conference. Last year he led the team in batting average at .349. Tied for 6th in the conference in RBIs with 26. So he's knocked in 60 runs in 45 career games at Tusculum. 8 career home runs. Trammell played 2 years at the University of Tennessee. He gets ready to step in. Trammell's father, Bubba Trammell, played in the major leagues. Played at University of Tennessee and then played in the major leagues with the Rays, among other teams. In fact, Brandon was born in St. Petersburg. He bats with 2 on and 1 out. Trammell's hit 4 of his 6 home runs in this ballpark this season. He hasn't homered in the last 7. He's getting his hits, getting doubles. You get one up there. You can cut this lead in half real quick. Sorcia's first pitch to him. The breaking ball low and in, 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Brandon Trammell. Luis Ezra, the first baseman, waits on deck. Stretch by Sorcia. 1-0 pitch. High, 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Brandon Trammell. Again, this is only a 7-inning game. So 3rd inning is not necessarily early. They'll play 9 in game number 2. 2-0 pitch coming from Sorcia to Trammell. Pop foul. It's out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. If this game would happen to go extra innings, it would become the 9-inning game, and the second game would be 7 innings. We also have 10-run rule this season. It's 10 runs after 5 in a 7-inning game, and 10 runs after 7 in a 9-inning game. Two balls and a strike to count to Trammell. Wind now blowing towards center field as the pitch comes in. Is he in there for a strike, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Brandon Trammell. Martin at second, Ford at first. 1 out here in the 3rd. Sorcia looks in for the sign. Comes set. And his 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and got it. Trammell down on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning. 4th strikeout for Sorcia. One of those strikeouts is way down is Ezra. Ezra will try and pick up Trammell here with 2 on and 2 out. Outfield playing straight away against Ezra. Infield shaded towards second as Santiago tries to bluff behind Martin. The pitch is way high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes to Luis Ezra. Ezra ready for the pitch from Sorcia. Swing and a miss. A ball and a strike. One ball and 1 strike to Luis Ezra. Sorcia with the set and the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. The ball is off the glove of the catcher, Clemens, and the runners will move up on the pass ball. So Clemens unable to handle the pitch from Sorcia. And the runners move up 90 feet. Now runners at second and third, but it's a ball and 2 strikes to Ezra. Sorcia has struck out 4. Love to get another one here to get out of this 3rd inning. Murphy Flood, the on-deck hitter for the Pioneers. Sorcia with the set. And time is called. So we'll do it again here, 1 and 2. Sorcia with the stretch And the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Luis Ezra. Sorcia with the set. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, foul towards the Newberry dugout. Count holds 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Luis Ezra. Sorcia looks in for the sign. Has it from Clements, and the 2-2 pitch coming to Ezra. Inside, it's full count. Sorcia wanted that one, didn't get it, and the count goes full. Base open, runners second and third. So Sorcia can pick his poison here. He wants to go after Ezra, or go after the right-hand hitting Flood, who he struck out in the second. My guess is he'll be careful here if he chooses the pitch. High ball 4. Does work around Ezra. Couldn't get him to chase. Bases are loaded on walks. Martin, Ford, Ezra. So Murphy Flood bats with the bases loaded. Flood struck out his first time up. So a chance here for Flood, who's batting .500 with the bases loaded. 267 overall. Big chance here for the Pioneer sophomore. Pickoff play at second. Back in on the dive is Bryson Ford. And sneaking in was Lansdowne. Flood with 6 RBIs this season. Try to pick up a couple here. The pitch. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Flood has walked twice this season. Once in the season opener and once in the most recent game. Stretch by Sorcia. 1-0 pitch, pop foul out of play, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sorcia up to 61 pitches after that walk to Ezra. Working on a 25 or so pitch inning. No runs yet, no hits yet for the Pioneers. Sorcia stretches in the 1-1 pitch. Chases one in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count now to Murphy Flood. Trey Hinton, the designated hitter, waiting on deck. Big spot in this ball game. Newberry leads 6-0 in the third. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Sorcia's 1-2 pitch. Line towards second. It's going to get into right field for a base hit. Martin scores. Ford around third. He'll score. The throw will go towards third and is cut off. And the Pioneers get that big hit from Murphy Flood. And it's now a 6-2 ball game on a 2-run single by Murphy Flood. So Flood delivers on the 1-2 pitch as he just slung that one to right field. Past Lansdowne. 2 runners score as those walks hurt Sorcia, just as they did Becker earlier in the game. 4 walks of Becker's score, and now 2 walks of Sorcia's score. So that's the first hit for the Pioneers, and it's now 6-2. Murphy Flood does a good job to get that base hit to drive in a pair. And Trey Hinton bats. Hinton grounded to short his first time up. Sorcia with the stretch. The first pitch to Hinton is there for a strike. So good work there by Flood to drive in two and keep the Pioneers in the ballgame. Now Hinton will try and follow him up. The 0-1 pitch, hit foul, and it's 0-2 to Trey Hinton. Hinton steps in with a 0-2 count. At the pitch, hit foul to the Newberry dugout. Still 0-2. Hinton this season is Hinton struck out 29 times in 115 at-bats as a sophomore. Last year he struck out just 8 times in 65 at-bats, and this year 5 times in 29 at-bats. So he's increased the contact and increased the batting average as well. So he's hitting right around 340. 0-2 the count to Hinton. At the pitch, hit towards center field. Tracking it is the center fielder Terrence, and he will make the catch, and the inning is over. But the Pioneers get 2 back on 1 hit. A 2-run single by Murphy Flood, and they leave 2 at the end of 3 innings of Game 1 of our doubleheader. It's Newberry 6, Tusculum 2 on the Pioneers Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
We go to the top of the 4th inning with Newberry leading Tusculum 6-2. And it'll be the top of the order for Newberry. The left fielder Nick Butler, who was batting when Lansdowne was caught stealing to end the 3rd inning. And Butler promptly singles on the first pitch of the 4th inning off of Pioneer pitcher Justin Parker. So a leadoff single for Butler, his first hit of the game. 6th hit for Newberry. And Butler's the leadoff base runner. 3rd inning in a row that Newberry has their leadoff man on base. And Luke Orr, the first baseman, will bat. Orr has doubled and singled, knocked in a run. Now hitting .377. Parker will try and throw a double play ball if he can. The first pitch is there for a strike. One strike to count to Orr. 0-1 pitch. It's outside 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to count to Orr. Pickoff throw over to first. Butler's safe. He's stolen 9 bases this season in 11 attempts. Conference leader in stolen bases has 14. Of course, they've played fewer games. 1-1 pitch is low, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike the count to Orr. Pickoff throw, he stumbled, but he gets back in safely. Ezra can't believe it. They thought they had him as Butler slipped on his way back to first base, and Ezra got the tag down. They thought they had it, the bench thought they had it, but ruled safe by the base umpire, Ned Temmerman. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Luke Orr. Jack Harris, the designated hitter, waits on deck. Harris has also reached base twice safely in this game, along with Orr and Bauer and others. Two-two pitch from Parker. Runner goes. The pitch is taken for a ball to throw to second. This time he's safe. Stolen base for Butler, his 10th of the season. Willenweber had thrown out 2. Couldn't get the third one, as Butler is safe at second base. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Orr. The stretch by Parker. Look back, look again, and the pitch. Chop foul at the plate, still 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Parker with the set. Or ready for the 3-2 pitch. Chopped to second. They'll move the runner to third. Martin's throw on first is in time as Butler takes third and Orr does his job, moving the runner from second to third. One down here in the third inning. For the designated hitter, Jack Harris. Harris has walked twice and scored. So with the runner at third base, we'll see what the Tusculum infield does. And it looks like they're going to play in the 6-2 game here in the 4th inning. Stiegel, the only one back at third. The pitch is low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Again, don't discount the squeeze. One ball and no strikes to count to Harris. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. One and 1 the count to Harris. Stretch in the 1-1 pitch. Way low out outside. Nice stop by Willenweber. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike to count to Jack Harris. Two 2-1. Chopped to third is a foul ball. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Harris. 1 out here in the 4th. Parker with a stretch, and the 2-2 pitch coming to Harris. Reaches out and fouls that one away down the right side. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stretch by Parker, and the 2-2 pitch. Low, 3-2. Full count to Harris. Three and 2 the count. The stretch from Parker. And the payoff pitch. Hit up the middle, it's a base hit. That's the drawn in infield. In to score is Butler, and Harris has an RBI single. His 12th run batted into the season, and Newberry gets one of those runs back. They lead it 7-2. 7th hit for
The third
Newberry.
baseman, number 26, 8 Bauer.
And now Harris has reached safely 3 times. Hayden Bauer at the plate. Bauer has walked twice and scored a run. That hole for the Pioneers dug a little bit deeper and got it back to 6-2, now 7-2 here in the 4th. Parker's pitch to Bauer is on the outside corner for a strike. One strike the count to Aiden Bauer. Pitch from Parker is low and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. One to 1 the count to Bauer. Parker with the stretch. 1-1 pitch. Just off the plate, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to count to Bauer. Two and 1 the count to Eden Bauer, the Newberry third baseman. Outside, 3-1. Three-one pitch to Bauer is right there for a strike, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes to count. Harris, a runner at first base, has 1 stolen base this season. Does not go. The 3-2 pitch is lined to left field. That'll be a base hit. Flood will play it. Is moving up to second base is Harris. Another hit for Newberry, their 3rd hit of the inning. Bauer's 1st hit of the game. They've now picked up 8 hits as a team. And runners are at first and second with 1 out. The catcher, Ian Clemens. Clemens the only one who hasn't gotten in on the action so far today. He has struck out and popped up in his 2 plate appearances. Batted with the bases loaded in the 1st and with 2 on in the 3rd. More activity in the Tusculum bullpen. Parker's pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. One strike the count to Ian Clements. The 0-1 pitch. Shows bunt. Takes a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Chop foul at the plate, still 0-2. Nothing in 2, the count holds to Ian Clements. Stretch. And the 0-2 pitch. Low and outside, 1-2. Harris got well off the bag at second, and Woolenweber thought about a pickoff attempt, but thought better of it. One and 2 the count to Clements. Stretched by Parker in the 1-2 pitch. Line towards right center field. It'll drop in for a base hit. The runners had to hold up, and everybody moves up 90 feet as the hatless Trammell gets it back in the infield, and the bases are loaded. So Clemens just kind of slung one over Martin. Harris had to hold up to make sure it didn't drop. Bauer read it, but everybody moves up 90 feet, and the bases are loaded on 3 straight singles. That'll bring up Zane Terrence, the center fielder, who's reached on a fielder's choice and hit a 2-run single. Newberry in position to blow this game wide open here. The first pitch is taken for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch is taken for a ball, 2-0. Two and 0 the count to Terrence. Shows bunt with the bases loaded, takes a strike. I think he's just showing that for effect. Unlikely that you try and squeeze bunt with the bases loaded. This one is hit towards short. Ford has it. He only has one play at third, and he gets the out at third base as he flips it to Stiegel for the out. But in to score is Harris, and that'll make it 8-2. On a 6-5 fielder's choice. As the only play that Ford had, and he made it for the out. An RBI for Terrence, his third RBI of the ball game. And runners at first and second now. And Jacob LeBron, the right fielder, will bat. LeBron has walked and singled, scored 2 runs. Newberry with 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth, as they lead at 8-2. First pitch to LeBron is taken for a strike, and the buzzards are flying overhead Pioneer Park. I hope that's not an omen. One strike the count to LeBron. Parker with the set and the 0-1 pitch coming. Line foul. Onto the concourse. No balls and 2 strikes. Nothing in 2 the count to Jacob LeBron. Stretch by Parker. Runners bluffing off their bases, and Parker looks them back as time is called. Nothing in 2 the count. Parker's pitch. Fouled on the left side. Still nothing in 2. No balls and 2 strikes. The count remains to Jacob LeBron, who's batting .318. Parker with the stretch. And the 0-2 pitch. Chopped to second. Martin will play it on the hop. He bobbles it, he drops it, and everybody's safe. He had the out right in his glove, and then he dropped it. And the bases are loaded on what is an error by normally short-handed Dalton Martin. It's that kind of a game for the Pioneers.
The shortstop, number 3, Gabriel Santiago.
Martin's 6th error of the season. And the bases are loaded now for the shortstop, Gabriel Santiago, who has walked and grounded out, scored a run, knocked in a run. Parker's pitch is there for a strike. And this is where Parker's got to pick up his defense. Nothing in 1 the count to Santiago. The pitch is beaten foul behind the plate. Nothing in 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Santiago. And now Parker will step off. Stretch the 0-2 pitch. Inside, 1-2. One and 2 the count to Santiago with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the 4th. Lined into the Tusculum dugout. Look out, guys. Can't see into the dugout. Hopefully everybody's okay. That was a tracer into the dugout, and they stand along the railing there. There's no screen protecting you from the infield. Looks like everybody's gathering themselves. The 1-2 pitch is chopped to short. This will be Ford flipping to Martin for the out. And LeBron with a little bit of a takeout, and we're going to get a little bit of it. Martin is heated, and the base umpire is going to come over and talk to LeBron about that slide. Martin was very heated after that play as Ford flipped it to Martin. The out was made, and we'll see as the base umpire Temmerman is coming over to have a discussion with the coaching staff of Newberry and just tell them, hey guys, you can't be doing that. But anyway, the inning is over, and Newberry gets 2 runs in the inning. On 4 hits, there was 1 error, and the bases were left loaded. Middle of the fourth, we're halfway home in game one of our doubleheader. It's Newberry 8, Tusculum 2 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Broken windshield, take one.
Hey guys, my windshield just got broken. I feel like I need to blow off some steam. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Blanks, there's no need to be stressed. Geico makes it easy to file a claim online, on the app, or over the phone.
Yeah, but what if I never hear back? That's gonna make me want to go, check, check.
Nope, your Geico claims team is always there for you.
That makes me want to celebrate with some fireworks. 5, 6, 7, go. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah!
Geico. Great service without all the drama. Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Back here for the bottom of the fourth inning with Tusculum trailing Newberry 8-2. It'll be the bottom of the third of the lineup for the Pioneers against Tomas Sorcia Jr., Stiegel, Willenweber, and Williams. Newberry 8 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Tusculum 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 errors. Coach Brandon Steele continuing a discussion behind the plate with home plate umpire Marcus Neal. Not sure if it's related to that slide by LeBron, who is still in the ball game in right field. Steele continuing his discussion with Neal. And whatever the discussion was, it seemed to end on positive terms. Reading body language. Or maybe Steele made his point. Either way, it'll be Stiegel leading off for the Pioneers here in the fourth inning. Stiegel walked and stole a base in his only plate appearance back in the second against Sorcia, who's thrown 69 pitches through 3 nice innings. The first pitch is a check swing and called a strike. 1 strike the count to Jaden Stiegel. The windup, the 0-1 pitch is right there for a strike, 0-2. Stiegel quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Sorcia with the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Hit towards first. Gobbled up by the first baseman, or will step on the bag for the out, 1 down. The catcher Chase Willenweber comes to the plate. Willenweber struck out his first time up. Other South Atlantic Conference baseball action this weekend. Lenore-Rhyne hosted Mars Hill for a 4-game series. On Friday, it was a sweep for Mars Hill. They swept Lenore-Rhyne 3-1 and 8-4. Yesterday, Lenore-Rhyne winning 12-3 and 11-1 in 7 innings. As Willenweber skies one to right field, LeBron broke in. Now it takes a couple steps back and makes the catch, and very quickly 2 outs here in the 4th inning. So the team split that 4-game series between Mars Hill and Lenore-Rhyne. Mars Hill 9-11 in the conference. Lenore-Rhyne 13-7. They're in 5th place.
Number 3, Kyle Williams.
Kyle Williams, the center fielder, comes to the plate. Gets set to bat here with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Now we're having a discussion here. Interesting spot for a conversation. Let's see what transpires here. So Williams will step in the batter's box, and that was an offensive conference for the Pioneers. It's considered a meeting, just as you would have a meeting at the mound. So Williams batting with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 4th. First pitch from Sorcia is a breaking ball in there for a strike. 1 strike the count to Kyle Williams. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Kyle Williams. Sorcia looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the game. And pitches high, 2 balls and a strike. This game has surpassed the 2-hour mark already, and we're only in the 4th inning. Hit towards second, lands down to his right, goes down and slips, and safe at first base is Williams. His feet just gave out from underneath him, as he might have slipped on some mud. I mean, I don't know how you'd score that. We're trying to figure out up here in the booth how that would be scored. Right now it's an error. And I would kind of tend to agree on that. I mean, that's a play. It's a routine ground ball, and he slipped and lost his footing. So an error on Lansdowne. Prolongs the inning, and Dalton Martin will bat. Martin has grounded out, walked, and scored. Runner goes. The pitch is a breaking ball outside the throw to second, and in there safely is Williams. So he's running 6 runs down, but he's safe at second base. And for Williams, that is stolen base number 7 this season. Running down 6 runs. Gutsy move there by the Pioneers, but it paid off. Williams is now in scoring position for Martin, who has knocked in 23 this season. Hit to left center field. Hit pretty well. Going back is Butler to the track, and it's off the wall. Coming around to score is Williams. Martin will cruise into second with a double. And Dalton Martin has made it an 8-3 ball game with his 24th RBI of the season, knocking home Williams. Now Martin gave that one a ride to left center field off the wall. And the Pioneers get that run, one of those runs back, and it's an 8-3 ball game. So the misplay at second base winds up giving the Pioneers a run. Bryson Ford, the batter. Ford has reached on an error, also walked and scored a run. A stretch by Sorcia, and the first pitch to Ford is taken for a strike. No activity yet in the Newberry bullpen as Sorcia has reached 80 pitches. The stretch by Sorcia and the 0-1 pitch coming to Ford. Inside corner, no balls and 2 strikes. Nothing in 2 the count to Ford. The stretch and the 0-2 pitch coming. Fouled away, still nothing in 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Bryson Ford. The 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Stretched by Sorcia, and the 1-2 pitch coming to Bryson Ford. Line to center field. Tracking back is Terrence, and he'll make the catch for the out. So Ford gave it a ride, but it's caught in center field, and the inning is over. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We're through 4 innings of Game 1 of this doubleheader. Newberry 8, Tusculum 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
New pitcher for the Pioneers as we go to the top of the 5th inning. It's the best red hat in the South Atlantic Conference. It's Alec Lay. Lay, the left-hander, the junior, 6'5", 160 pounds, out of Maynardville, Tennessee's Union County High School. Lay making his 3rd appearance of the season. He's pitched 1 inning, 3 hits, 1 earned run, walked 1, struck out 1. Opponents hitting .500 against Alec Lay. Lay getting the call here in the 5th inning with Tusculum trailing 8-3. In case you missed the reference, the red hat is the guy who stands on the football field during the game to signal media timeouts. And Alec did that during the fall of 2019. Did a pretty darn good job at it. Lay has made, this is his 17th career appearance. He has a 3-3 career record with a 7.01 earned run average, 25 2/3 innings, 21 strikeouts for Alec Lay. Last year he pitched 4 innings and allowed 4 runs. The year before that, as a sophomore, he made 4 starts, 10 games, 3-2 record, and a 6.53 ERA for Alec Lay. His first pitch is taken for a strike by the first batter for Newberry in the 5th inning. It's the second baseman, Dalton Lansdowne. Lansdowne is sacrificed, singled in 2 plate appearances. The 0-1 pitch is taken for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Lansdowne, Butler, and Orr, the scheduled batters in this 5th inning, as we have lumbered to the 5th inning in a crisp 2 hours and 10 minutes. 1-1 pitch is taken for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. The line on Parker, an inning and 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Tusculum has thrown 127 pitches in this game, 65 strikes, 62 balls. Lay's next pitch is taken for a ball, 3-1. 127 pitches in 4 innings. Wow. No wonder it's taken 2 hours. Sorcia has thrown 84 pitches in 4 innings for Newberry. 3-1 the count to Lansdowne. High ball 4. Leadoff walk for Lansdowne here in the 5th. Nick Butler, the left fielder, will bat. Butler has struck out, hit a sacrifice fly, singled, and scored. Butler now hitting .417 this season. Stolen base was his 10th of the year. Lansdowne, the runner at first base, has 5 stolen bases this season. He was thrown out in the 3rd inning by Willenweber. Now contesting with the lefty move from Lay as the pitch is fouled away off of the canopy over the grandstand area and back onto the field. In case you heard that metallic clang hit, the canopy extends from the concourse about covers about 6 rows coming down. Keep the spectators dry. The 0-1 pitch is line foul towards the Tusculum bullpen. It's no balls and 2 strikes. The canopy does keep you dry, but it's got a curve to it, and it's got girders in there and beams and whatnot. And foul balls will hit that and go straight on down. So if you're sitting above it and it hits inside there and bounces out, it's going to come right down at you. So always stay on your toes if you're sitting under that canopy section. Oh, before the 0-2 pitch, and the throw, and Ezra drops the ball, and going to second as Lansdowne. He thought about going to third, and then he loses his footing again, and he'll have to retreat back to second. As Ezra the ball was there in his glove, and it just got away from him. I think that's got to be an error on the first baseman to allow the runner to move up to second base. No balls and 2 strikes. The count remains to Butler. Stretch by Lay, the 0-2 pitch. Inside, hit him. Butler is hit by a pitch. And he will take first base. And now there's runners at first and second with nobody out. Newberry had the bases loaded in the first. They had 2 on in the second. They had runners galore. They've had runners all night long. And now they have runners at first and second, which plays right into their hands because they'll try and bunt. It gives them options. It gives them what they want. Put pressure on the defense. And Tusculum has made 3 errors in the game. So Orr batting here against Lay. He does show bunt, takes a strike. Orr has doubled, singled home a run, and grounded out. He is 2 for 3 officially with an RBI. Now hitting .370 is Luke Orr. Lay's 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 the count to Orr. The stretch by Lay and the 0-2 pitch coming to Orr. Chop towards short, charging his 4. He's only going to have 1 play at first, and Ezra scoops it out. Nice play by Ezra at first base. The runners do move up on the ground out. So the second straight inning, Orr moves up the runners on a ground ball. So 4 productive at-bats tonight for Luke Orr. And it'll give Harris a shot here with runners at second and third and 1 out. Bauer, a left-handed batter, waits on deck. It's a 5-run game here in the 5th inning. We'll see what the Tusculum defense does here. And Coach Steele gave the pushback, so the infield is going to play back. Thinking that Harris will probably put a ball in play here against the lefty Lay. The pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. 1 strike to Jack Harris, who has walked twice, singled, knocked in a run with that RBI single, and has also scored 2 runs. Harris hitting .389 now this season. Stretch by Lay, and the 0-1 pitch is a half swing and a strike, 0-2 to Harris. So Lay has the jump here, no balls and 2 strikes. A walk, an error on a pickoff play, a hit by pitch, and then a ground out. With runners now at second and third, 1 out. Stretch by Lay. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball just missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count to Jack Harris. Bauer, the third baseman, waits on deck. Bauer's also walked twice and singled. Stretch the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Lay got Harris to chase an outside pitch. First strikeout for Alec Lay. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Aiden Bauer, the third baseman, bats. Bauer walked in the first, walked and scored in the third, singled in the fourth. So Lay has a chance to see his way out of this inning. Pitch is low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Bauer hitting .375 this season, but just .278 with 2 outs. Hitting .300 with runners in scoring position. Lands down the runner at third. Butler at second. The pitch by Lay is low in the dirt again. 2 balls and no strikes. On deck is the catcher, Clemens. Newberry out hitting Tusculum 9-2. The stretch and the 2-0 pitch. Taken for a strike, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike, the count. Low and away, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike, the count to Bauer. Lay with the stretch, 3-1 pitch. In there for a strike, it's 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Aiden Bauer. 2 outs here in the 5th. So we'll see if Lay goes after Bauer here or defers to the catcher, Clemens, on deck. Maybe try and get him to chase the 3-2 pitch. Line to center field. Williams stepped in. Now he steps back and he makes the catch, and the inning is over. There's a hard line drive in the book, but it's an out. And the Pioneers get out of the 5th inning unscathed. No runs, no hits, an error, and 2 left on base. Middle of the 5th, and game 1 of our doubleheader. It's Newberry 8, Tusculum 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Broken windshield, take 1.
Hey guys, my windshield just got broken. I feel like I need to blow off some steam. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Blanks, there's no need to be stressed. Geico makes it easy to file a claim online, on the app, or over the phone.
Yeah, but what if I never hear back? That's gonna make me want to go, check, check.
Nope, your Geico claims team is always there for you.
That makes me want to celebrate with some fireworks. 5, 6, 7, go. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah!
Geico. Great service without all the drama. Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Off to the bottom of the 5th inning here, and Brandon Trammell will lead off for the Pioneers. Trammell was 0 for 2, flied out to center and struck out against right-hander Tomas Sorcia Jr., who has allowed 2 hits and 3 runs in 4 innings. Some stirring down in the Newberry bullpen, but they'll try and get another inning out of Sorcia, who's at 84 pitches. His first pitch to Trammell is outside for a ball, 1-0. Trammell now hitting .363 with those 6 home runs and 34 runs batted in. Line up in the 1-0 pitch. The breaking ball taken for a strike, although Clemens was unable to hang on to it. Usually if you drop a pitch like that, the umpire won't give you the strike. But he did get the call there. It was a strike. It's a ball and a strike to Brandon Trammell. 1-1 pitch. Up and in, 2-1. Trammell, Ezra, Flood due up for the Pioneers here in the 5th of this 7-inning game. Another one to follow. Sorcia with the wind and the 2-1 pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Brandon Trammell. So the wind continues to blow out, blowing towards left and center. Wind and the 2-2 pitch. Inside, 3-2. Full count to Brandon Trammell leading off the 5th inning. Newberry got 2 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. Tusculum 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. The windup in the 3-2 pitch. Driven to deep right center field. Going back on it is Terrence and LeBron. They look up and it's gone. Home run, Brandon Trammell, his 7th of the season. And he brings the Pioneers back to within 8-4. His league-leading 35th RBI of the season for Brandon Trammell. But Trammell showing off that power to right center field. He drove that one into the gap and over the fence for a home run. First home run of the game and the 7th of the year for Trammell. The Pioneers back to within 8-4. Third hit of the game allowed by Sorcia. Pitch is way outside for a ball, 1-0. Sorcia had allowed just 1 home run this season prior to that. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Ezra, who has struck out and walked. 1-0 pitch. Line to right field. LeBron will make the catch for the out. Ezra hit that one on the nose too, but that one is caught for the out. In fact, the last 4 batters for the Pioneers, if you go back to the last inning, Martin, Ford, Trammell, and Ezra, all hitting him right on the nose. Martin hit off the fence. Ford hit it right to center fielder Terrence to end the 4th inning, and then Trammell homers, and then Ezra hits a screamer to LeBron for the out. So his 3rd time through the lineup, the Pioneers are getting some good swings on Sorcia. No doubt Coach Triplett and his staff are very well aware of that fact. Triplett in his 11th season as a coach at Newberry. Associate head coach is Jay Snyder, along with pitching coach Ryan West. 1 strike to count to Murphy Flood, and that pitch is taken for a strike, 0-2. Flood is struck out, and he hit a 2-run single in the 3rd inning and made it a 6-2 ball game. It's now 8-4. The 0-2 pitch to Flood. In the dirt to the screen, 1 ball and 2 strikes. All Tusculum can do right now is just chip away. They've got this inning and 2 more opportunities to get it done. We'll need the bullpen to come up with a couple more zeros. That's just as Lay did in the 5th. 1-2 the count to Flood. Sorcia's pitch is breaking ball, chopped to the screen, still 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to count holds to Murphy Flood. The windup, the 1-2 pitch. Lays off 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Flood. Sorcia with the wind and the 2-2 pitch. Inside, he checked his swing. No, they say he went around. Flood was trying to get out of the way of that up and in pitch, and he went. And he is out on strikes for the second out of the inning. Tough way to go down, but he is out on strikes, and there's 2 outs here in the 5th. Trey Hinton, the designated hitter, comes to the plate. Hinton has grounded out and flied out to center. First pitch to Hinton is a ball. And the full moon, today is the full moon. And it is a full moon that's coming up in left field right above the scoreboard. Might be able to see it here. As that pitch is taken for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Hinton. High, 2 balls and a strike. There's a nice little cloud break there in left field, and that moon is just coming right on up. As I said, today is a full moon, so probably appropriate the way this one's going to wind up going. We'll be playing at midnight under the full moon, and the Wolves will be here, so it's not looking good for the Pioneers. 2 balls and a strike the count to Hinton. The pitch, line foul on the left side. 2-2 the count to Hinton. 2 down here in the 5th. Sorcia looking for the sign from Clements. Winds in the 2-2 pitch. Line to center field. Charging as Terrence, and he makes the catch for the out. So another hard hit ball by the Pioneers. But another out for Sorcia. Pioneers get a leadoff home run from Trammell. That was their only hit and base runner of the inning. We're through 5 in game number 1 of this doubleheader. It's Newberry 8, Tusculum 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network. New pitcher for the Pioneers as we go to the top of the 6th inning. It's right-hander Harbor Jefferson. Jefferson is 6'2", 175-pound senior out of Cleveland, Tennessee High School. Jefferson making his 5th appearance of the season, all out of the bullpen. He's 1-0 with a 7.94 earned run average. 5 2/3 innings, allowed 10 hits, 5 earned runs. He's walked 2, struck out 6. Opponents hitting .385 against Harbor Jefferson. Jefferson will try and keep it a 4-run game as Newberry leads at 8-4 here in the top of the 6th inning. So a scoreless 5th inning for Alec Lay. He struck out 1, walked a batter. Jefferson making his 23rd career appearance. 10 of them have been starts. He's got a career 5-2 record with a 5.37 earned run average, which included 1 brief appearance last season. This year, Jefferson got the win in that wild 16-10 game extra inning contest at Young Harris back on February 23rd. Also pitched 2 scoreless innings against UVA-Wise on the 26th of February. His last appearance was back on March the 7th in a 12-11 loss at Mars Hill. He pitched 1 inning, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. So he has just pitched once since February 26th. And he'll be out there to try and preserve this 4-run deficit and give the Pioneers a chance. First batter he faces is the catcher Ian Clemens, who takes it for a strike. Clemens has struck out, popped up, and singled. Now batting 154 this season. 2 for 13. Next pitch is taken for a strike, 0-2. So Jefferson quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Now that full moon is out in full force above left field. The 0-2 pitch is lined to center field. It is in for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Clemens, his second hit of the game. Now bring up the center fielder, Zane Terrence. Terrence has reached on a fielder's choice. He singled to knock in 2 and scored a run, and he also knocked in a run on a fielder's choice grounder. So he's 1 for 3 officially with 3 RBIs. His first 3 RBIs of the season. Newberry now with 10 hits in the game. Jefferson, the 4th pitcher for the Pioneers. Shows bunt, takes a strike. One strike the count to Zane Terrence. Jefferson ready to go here on the mound. Got to expect a possibility of a bunt here. He does show bunt, takes a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike the count to Zane Terrence. Pickoff throw, safe at first is Clemens. He's not attempted a stolen base this season. Stretch in the 1-1 pitch. Shows bunt, takes ball, 2-1. Two and 1 the count to Terrence. Stretch in the pitch. He does bunt. Gets it down in front of the mound. Jefferson throw to first and scooped at first base by Ezra for the out. Nice play there by Ezra as he scooped a low throw from Jefferson. Clemens moves up to second base. The sacrifice is good, 1-3. So Clemens in scoring position with 1 out here in the 6th for the right fielder, Jacob LeBron. LeBron has walked, singled, and reached on an error. He scored 2 runs. LeBron had a little dust-up with Dalton Martin at the end of the 4th inning on a forced play at second base. First pitch to him is taken for a strike. So Newberry's bats don't look like they've had any kind of a absence here. Their hitting has been just fine. They've hit safely 10 times in the game and drawn a smattering of walks as well. Jefferson with the stretch and the 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. And a faked pickoff throw. Next pitch is taken for a ball, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to LeBron. Two and one the count. Jefferson's pitch, low, 3-1. Three balls and a strike, the count to Jacob LeBron. Time is called. Jefferson, 3-1 pitch. Hit towards first. Ezra has it, and he'll step on the bag for the out. Is moving up to third base is Clemens. And there's 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Hard hit by LeBron, but right to the bag, and Ezra made the play at first for the 2nd out. And the shortstop, Gabriel Santiago, will bat. Santiago has walked, grounded out to knock in a run, and hit into a fielder's choice. He has scored a run. He's also shown that he'll show bunt regardless of the count or the outs or the situation. Takes a strike there from Jefferson. One strike to count to Santiago. Jefferson's pitch is low in the dirt, blocked by Willenweber, a ball and a strike. One ball and one strike to count. Now we'll have a discussion. Be an offensive conference. And the conference is over, and Santiago back in the batter's box. Low, 2 balls and a strike. Two and one the count. Jefferson's pitch is high, 3-1. Three balls and a strike to count to Gabriel Santiago. Three-one pitch, high ball 4. Second time Santiago's walked in the game. And runners at the corners now with 2 outs. The second baseman, Dalton Lansdowne. Lansdowne is sacrificed, singled, and walked. Eight to 4 Newberry here in the 6th inning. This is game 1 of our doubleheaders. We're lurching toward 3 hours. Jefferson working with runners at the corners. Pitch hit to left field. Flood moves in, has it lined up and makes the catch, and the inning is over. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Middle of the 6th inning of game 1 of our doubleheader. It's Newberry 8, Tusculum 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Broken windshield, take one.
Hey guys, my windshield just got broken. I feel like I need to blow off some steam. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Blanks, there's no need to be stressed. Geico makes it easy to file a claim online, on the app, or over the phone.
Yeah, but what if I never hear back? That's gonna make me want to go, check, check.
Nope, your Geico claims team is always there for you.
That makes me want to celebrate with some fireworks. 5, 6, 7, go. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah!
Geico. Great service without all the drama. Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, shakalaka, 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 shaka. Scoop, shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
You're at the bottom of the sixth inning with Newberry leading 8-4 here on the Pioneer Sports Network. Jim Miller with you this evening for game one of our doubleheader. Glad you could join us. Our producer this evening is Corey Seswick, and Doug Page will be along for game number 2 of our doubleheader this evening, which will start about 25 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Right now, it's Newberry leading 8-4. As Jaden Stiegel will lead off the bottom of the sixth inning for the Pioneers. It'll be Stiegel, Willenweber, and Williams against Tomas Sorcia Jr., who's out there for the sixth inning. He's thrown 103 pitches. There is activity in the Newberry bullpen. Stiegel has walked, stolen a base, and grounded out. This one is hitting the hole, base hit to left field for Jaden Stiegel on the first pitch of the bottom of the sixth inning. Fourth hit for the Pioneers. Stiegel is the leadoff base runner. Chase Willenweber will come to the plate. Willenweber is struck out, flied out. Willenweber will bat here with a runner at first. Newberry's bullpen has one save this season. It was credited to Josh Stempfiar. The stretch by Sorcia. Pitch to Willenweber. It hit him, and Willenweber is on first. And Stiegel will move to second base. And here come the Pioneers here in the bottom of the sixth inning. First two pitches, a single and a hit batsman. And it'll be Kyle Williams batting with 2 on and nobody out. Williams is grounded out, reached on an error, stole a base, and scored a run. So very quickly, the Pioneers in business here with the top of the order just around the corner. So the Pioneers ready to go here. Down 4. Stretched by Sorcia. Pitch to Williams. Shows bunt. He does bunt it down the third baseline. It's a good bunt. It's going to stay foul. It's going to stay foul. It almost made it down about 2/3 of the way down the line and then just stayed on track to go foul. And it's a foul ball for 1 strike to Kyle Williams. Got to get that on the grass. It's a good effort. Let's see if they can landscape that properly and keep it. The teams have been known to do that over the years. You build a little bit of a ridge down that third baseline, and the ball hit the ridge and stay on it on the fair side. With about 18 bags of Speedy Dry on the field, I don't think anything of that sort's happening. 1 strike to count to Williams. The stretch. Shows bunt again. Takes a strike. 0-2. Interesting strategy, but you're down 4 and you've got 2 innings to play. You need to get a couple runs before you get 4 runs. So if you can get a couple runs in this inning, set up an inning where you can pick up 2. You just need to pick up 2 in the 8th, in the 7th. Stretch by Sorcia. Shows bunt again at 0-2. Bunts at it and misses, strike 3. So they went bunt again, and Williams is out on strikes. For Sorcia, that is his 6th strikeout of the game. He's walked 4. Dalton Martin will bat now with 2 on and 1 out. Martin has grounded out, walked and scored, and doubled homer run. Officially 1 for 2, now batting .351. Stretched by Sorcia. And the first pitch to Martin. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. And strike to Dalton Martin. He swung that one like he was trying to make it 8-7. Center fielder Terrence is playing well around to right center field, and the left fielder Butler is also playing in the gap as well. Everybody playing to pull on Martin. His pitch is in the dirt. The runners are going to try to move up. The throw down to second instead, and safe at second base. Barely is Woolenweber. Santiago thought he got the tag down. I thought for sure he was going to try and go to third to get Stiegel, but instead he tried to get the tail runner, Woolenweber, and a good throw there by Clements, but the tag was just late, and Coach Russell Triplett's going to want an explanation on that one. Santiago came up and reacted like he made the tag, but he was ruled safe by base umpire Ned Temmerman. And Triplett will retreat back to the dugout, so the runners do move up. Ball and a strike to count to Dalton Martin. Martin just needs to think single here. He's got Ford and Trammell coming up behind him. Here in the 6th inning of this 7-inning game. Sorcia with a set and the 1-1 pitch. Fouled away, 1-2. These teams will play 2 again tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock. We will have no weather issues tomorrow. The rain is gone. It will not be back, at least for a few days. So tomorrow's games will get in as scheduled, and we'll get them both in with no problem. We'll get the second game in tonight with no problem as well. It just might be a little bit late. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Martin. The pitch. Chop foul at the plate, still 1-2. Wind still blowing out steady towards center field. Temperatures dipped to right around 50 degrees, 52 degrees here at the ballpark. That wind at 11 miles an hour, so it'll definitely help. But we saw that one pop-up in the infield where Ezra was tracking in foul territory and Martin wound up catching it in fair territory. 1-2 the count to Dalton Martin. Sorcia. The pitch. Line towards first, into right field, a base hit. In to score is Stiegel. Woolenweber is going to be held at third as LeBron gets it back into the infield. But it's an RBI single for Dalton Martin, his 2nd RBI of the game. And the Pioneers will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 6th inning, trailing 8-5. Martin's 2nd RBI of the game, his 25th of the season. The Pioneers are back to within 3 at 8-5. Closest they've been since it was 2-0. Tusculum's now scored in 4 straight innings. But the picket fence up there on the board. 5 hits now in the game for the Pioneers. Sorcia has walked 4 and hit a batter. And now at 113 pitches. They'll leave him out there to face Ford, who's reached on an error, walked and scored, and lined to center. 4th time through the lineup now for the Pioneers. Throw over to first. Martin was about a step off the bag. Although do not be surprised if Martin attempts a steal. He's stolen 7 bases and caught just once. Martin, a good base runner and a smart base runner. Stretched by Sorcia. And the pitch to Ford. It's a breaking ball in there for a strike. One strike to count to Bryson Ford. Trammell, who homered last inning, waits on deck. Pioneers would love to get Trammell up there with multiple runners on base. And there's a lefty warming up in the Newberry bullpen. Most likely to face Trammell. And Ezra. Another pickoff throw, safe at first is Martin. So this very well could be Sorcia's last batter. Newberry may dip into that bullpen. Not sure who they have. Bryce Peterson as a left-handed reliever on their roster. May very well be him warming up. The 0-1 pitch popped up into left field. Tagging at third is Woolenweber. And he drops the ball. The ball drops in safely. In to score is Woolenweber, and it's an 8-6 ball game. Butler, it got caught up in that wind, and Butler couldn't make the catch. And in to score is Woolenweber. Safe at first is Ford. Probably be a sacrifice fly and an error on the left fielder. And now we've got an 8-6 game here, and the Pioneers bring the go-ahead run to the plate. So it is a E7 sac fly RBI for Ford. And Trammell will not get a chance to face Sorcia, whose night will come to an end here after 115 pitches. 8-6, Tusculum trails by 2. They've got the tying runs on base here in the 6th inning. And Brandon Trammell, their top power hitter, coming up to the plate. And we'll have a call to the bullpen as on the sprint will come to the relief pitcher. And we'll find out information on that relief pitcher, who is indeed Bryce Peterson, when we come back on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Pioneer Park, and Tusculum is rallied here with an 8-6. And they'll face the left-hander Bryce Peterson. Peterson making his 8th appearance of the season. He is 1-0 with a 3.86 earned run average, 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. He's walked 7, struck out 10. And opponents against Bryce Peterson this season are hitting .280. Also worth noting, in those 7 innings, Peterson has thrown 10 wild pitches, which is a lot of wild pitches. He's a 5'11", 220-pound junior out of Coon Rapids, Michigan. Or Coon Rapids, Minnesota, my mistake. So he's going to face Brandon Trammell. His last appearance was against Coker on March the 10th, went 2/3 of an inning, allowed a hit and a strikeout. Threw 5 wild pitches in 2/3 of an inning against Wingate back on February 27th. Facing Trammell with runners at first and second, 1 out, Tusculum down 8-6. Peterson's first pitch, right there for a strike. Trammell has flied to center, struck out, and hit a home run. The 0-1 pitch coming to Trammell. Runners go. The pitch is in the dirt. It's a double steal. Martin takes third. Ford takes second on the double steal. So runners now at second and third, the tying runs in scoring position. It's a ball and a strike to Brandon Trammell. Stretched by Peterson. 1-1 pitch. Bounce to second. It'll get a run home. Lands down, makes the play, throws on to first in time for the out. But Trammell does what he needed to do. He drives in the run. And it's an 8-7 ball game as he knocks in his second run of the game. Martin scores from third. Ford takes third. Now 2 outs in the inning. And it'll bring up Lewis Ezra. Ezra struck out, walked, and lined to right. 8-7. Tusculum down by a run. And watch for that wild pitch. It's 10 wild pitches this season. Low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Picked up a win against Augusta with 2 scoreless innings. He's not been scored on in 4 of his 6 outings. That one's in the dirt, stopped by Clemens. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count to Ezra. Murphy Flood waits on deck. 8-7, Newberry with the lead. They led it 8-2 in the 4th. Pioneers got a run in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 3 here in the 6th. The tying run 90 feet away. Peterson's 2-0 pitch is low, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes the count to Lewis Ezra. So Peterson behind 3 balls and no strikes. The pitch way high and outside, ball 4. Ezra draws his second walk of the game. And runners now at the corners. We'll see what the Newberry coaching staff decides to do here. They do have a right-hander warming up. Flood coming to the plate. Flood has struck out, singled, and struck out. And we're going to get a trip to the bullpen, or trip to the mound. See if the hook comes with it. 8-7 Newberry here in the 6th inning of this 7-inning game. And we will have a pitching change for Newberry as Peterson will depart after facing 2 batters. 8-7, Tusculum trails by a run, but they have the tying and go-ahead runs on base. And we'll have a relief pitcher for the Wolves when we come back on the Pioneer Sports Network. The new pitcher for Newberry is now in the ball game. It'll be their third pitcher of the inning, as Sorcia, the starter, was lifted for Peterson, who faced two batters. Christopher Osment, the new pitcher for the Wolves. Osment making his third appearance. He started one game, 3 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs earned, a walk, and 3 strikeouts for Osment. Opponents hitting .429 against Osment, who is a freshman. 6 foot, 180 pounds, out of Greenville, South Carolina, by way of Chesney High School. So Osment will try and get out of this jam here in the 6th inning. Pioneers down 8-7. And they'll try and turn to Murphy Flood one more time to try and bring home couple big runs. He got Pioneers on the board in the 3rd inning with a 2-run single when they trailed it 6-0. So the line is closed now on the starter, Sorcia, as he went 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Peterson gave up a run. Actually, there'll be one run on the runner on third is Sorcia's responsibility, although it would be an unearned run. Peterson's responsible for the runner at first base. Sorcia threw 115 pitches in 5 1/3 innings. So here's Flood with 2 on and 2 out. Taken for a strike. 1 strike the count to Murphy Flood. Osment has pitched just twice this season, giving up runs in both appearances against Wingate and against Coker. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Gave up a run in 2 2/3 innings in a 7-6 loss to Wingate on February 28th, and gave up 2 runs in 1 inning in a 7-4 loss to Coker on March the 10th, which was their most recent game. He's also hit 2 batters. They had the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Murphy Flood. For the tying run at third base. Stretch, the 0-2 pitch. Hit towards center field. Terrence towards right center field. Has it lined up. And he makes the catch, and the inning is over. Flood hit it well, but he hit it to Terrence in center field, and that will retire the side. For Tusculum in the 6th inning, 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. Off to the 7th and final inning of game number 1 of our doubleheader, with Newberry leading 8-7 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Top of the 7th inning here at Pioneer Park, and it's been a wild one with Newberry leading by a score of 8-7. Another pitching change for the Pioneers. And they will go to the left-hand side of the bullpen again, as they will bring in senior lefty Grant Crosby. Crosby, a 6'4", 210-pound senior out of Knoxville by Gibbs High School, Morehead State University. Pitched 2 seasons at Morehead State, including 13 games in 2018 as a freshman. 2020 last year at Tusculum, he made 4 starts, pitched 11 2/3 innings overall in 5 appearances. This is his first appearance of this season for Grant Crosby. Last year in 11 2/3 innings, he allowed 12 earned runs, walked 10, struck out 8, as 0-1 with a 9.26 ERA. And he'll give it a go here this evening, as he will try and retire the top of the order for the Wolves, who have Butler, Orr, and Harris due up. The Newberry, 8 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors. They've left 10 runners on base. Tusculum, 7 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors. They've left 7. Tusculum will have the bottom part of the order coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. And they'll need to get through this top of the 7th first. Leading off for Newberry will be Nick Butler, the left fielder. Butler has struck out, hit a sac fly, singled, stole a base, and scored, and been hit by a pitch. He is 1 for 2 officially, batting .417. Facing Grant Crosby. Crosby with the serious stirrup game on out there. His first pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. One ball and no strikes, the count to Butler. In fact, those might be first team All South Atlantic Conference stirrups. I'll just say that right now. One-zero pitch. High, 2 balls and no strikes. More bullpen activity behind Crosby. Another lefty warming up. Have not seen Mitch McCain yet. 2-0 pitch. Inside, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes the count to Butler leading off the 7th. The line, the 3-0 pitch. High and outside, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Butler leading off the 7th inning. Crosby, the 5th pitcher for the Pioneers. Becker went 2 1/3, allowed 5 runs. Parker, an inning and 2/3, allowed 3 runs. Lay pitched a scoreless 5th. Jefferson pitched a scoreless 6th. Now Crosby here in the 7th. Now he has to contend with Luke Orr, the first baseman. Orr has doubled, singled home a run, grounded out twice, which moved the runners both times. Tusculum pitchers have now thrown 171 pitches in this game. Newberry's thrown 125 pitches, so closing in on 300 pitches in the 7th inning of this first game of a doubleheader. We'll have game 2 for you here on the Pioneer Sports Network, whenever that may be. Doug Page will have the call of that one. So Crosby goes to work here facing Orr. Orr shows bunt, throw over to first. And back safely is Butler. Butler has a stolen base, which was his 10th of the season. Newberry bench exhorting their team as he shows bunt and takes a strike. So Crosby gets his first strike of the game. It's no balls and 1 strike to Luke Orr. Willenweber is thrown out, 2 runners attempting to steal, including Orr. Big lead from Butler. Throw over to first. Oh, almost a wild throw. Nice play by Ezra. Come off his bag and grab it. He fires the ball back to Crosby. The last thing the Pioneers need is a runner at second or at third. One strike the count to Orr. Orr shows bunt. Butler goes. He pulls the bat back and swings away and fouls it back. So, little, what do they call it? A butcher boy bunt? That goes by a million names, where you just pull the bat back and swing. And that's what Orr did, and he fouled it back. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Orr. Still wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt. Now time is called, as Orr was not ready to hit when Crosby came up. Now the stretch. And the pitch. Grounded foul, past first, still 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Luke Orr. Crosby looks in for the sign from Willenweber. He'll come set. Butler goes back. Pitch is chopped foul again, still 0-2. Right into the Tusculum dugout, right through the mud. 0-2, the count holds to Luke Orr. Stretch by Crosby, a step-off move to first, but back safely is Butler. Nothing in 2. The count remains to Luke Orr. Butler goes. The pitch, chopped foul. Again, still 0-2. So Orr with a battle here against Crosby. Stretch by Crosby. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes, the count to Luke Orr. Throw over to first. And back safely as Ezra applied a hard tag to Butler. The stretch by Crosby. Butler goes, the pitch. Low in the dirt, throw to second. Great tag there by Ford, but in there safely is Butler, his second stolen base of the game. A tough pitch for Willenweber to throw on as it was low and outside, but he came up firing and threw a strike to second base. A good tag there by Ford, but Butler got in there ahead of the tag for his second steal of the game. And it's now a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Luke Orr, with Butler now in scoring position. Orr's moved up runners a couple times tonight. Try and do it again here. 2-2 pitch. Beaten foul at the plate, and that got Willenweber. And he is in a lot of pain. Catchers are tough. He is in a lot of pain after that one. Not sure where that got him, but he's going to need a moment as Coach Brandon Steele is out there to take a look at him. See if I can see on the replay where that got him. Looks like he reached for the back of his leg. It looks like it came up on the foul tip. Yeah, he reached for the back of his right leg, which is obviously an exposed area as the ball tipped up and caught him. And Wollenweber is down. Jordan Beaver is the Pioneers' backup catcher. So, assistant athletic trainer Kirby McLean out there to take a look at Wollenweber, who caught that one hard on the ricochet. Again, catchers are as tough as it gets. If you see a catcher down in pain like this, it's serious pain. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Orr. Not much you can do except wait for the pain to go away. Coach Steele continues to look at his catcher, who will get up and try and walk it off. Or gives him a pat on the back. I'm just basing that it hit him in the leg just based on how he grabbed back there. Could have been a little bit more of a painful blow than that. He reacted like it was more of a painful blow than that, but short of being down there, we can't diagnose exactly what happened to him. But in any case, Wollenweber is going to shake it off and stay in there. 2-ball and 2-strike count to Luke Orr here in the top of the 7th inning. Newberry leading 8-7, trying to get another run home as Butler's on second base with nobody out. Grant Crosby, who started the inning, working here 2-2 to Orr. And the pitch, chop foul again into the Tusculum dugout. So Orr is fighting Crosby here hard. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Crosby with the stretch and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. So Crosby wins that battle against Orr. We'll see how many pitches that was. Orr goes down swinging for the first out of the 7th inning. We'll bring up Jack Harris, the designated hitter. Harris has walked and scored, singled, drove in a run and scored, and struck out. Harris 1 for 2 officially. That was a 10-pitch at bat. As Coach Brandon Steele comes out to the mound to talk to Crosby. And he will go to the bullpen for a pitching change, I do believe. Yes, they will be calling on the bullpen yet again to try and get out of this 7th inning. So Crosby walks a batter, strikes out a batter. And we'll see, we'll have the diagnosis of the new pitcher when we come back. It is Tusculum trailing 8-7 here in the 7th inning of Game 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. pitcher for the Pioneers is left-hander Mitch McCain. McCain making his 9th appearance of the season. He is going to inherit this 7th inning situation. He's 2-1 with 3 saves, a 1.71 earned run average. McCain, 21 innings, 12 hits, 4 earned runs. He's walked 7, struck out 29 in 21 innings. McCain has been a very prolific strikeout pitcher through his Tusculum career. 105 career innings, 142 strikeouts for McCain, who has a 10-8 career record with 10 career saves. His 66th career appearance, all out of the bullpen for Tusculum. At Lawrenceville, Georgia, Collins Hill High School. He's a grad student going for his MBA. And he will face Harris here in the 7th inning. McCain last pitched against Lincoln Memorial on last Sunday. Got a save in a 7-3 victory with 2 2/3 innings of relief. His other saves this year came against Queens and against Mars Hill. Against Queens in that victory, he had a victory against Queens also when he pitched 3 1/3 innings of relief and struck out 6. He also struck out 7 in 5 1/3 innings of relief against Mars Hill. And against Indianapolis, he got a win with 5 2/3 innings of relief in which he struck out 10. This one's found at the screen, 1 strike to Harris. So McCain, the Pioneer closer, 4th in the conference in earned run average at 1.71. Obviously not a save situation for McCain, who is tied for 5th in the conference in saves with 3. The stretch and the 0-1 pitch coming from McCain. Inside 1-1. One ball and 1 strike, the count to Harris. Bauer on deck. (8-7) Newberry here in the 7th inning of Game 1 of this doubleheader, which is approaching 3.5 hours. 1-1 pitch is high, 2-1. As Butler getting a good jump off second base. Butler does have 2 stolen bases tonight. These teams will play 4 games in 24 hours. 1 more tonight and then 2 tomorrow starting at 1. There's a chance, I'm not saying it'll happen, depending on how late we go tonight, they may move back a little bit, maybe a 1:30 start, but right now it's officially 1 o'clock. 2-1 pitch is there for a strike, 2-2. As always, for official start times, any changes, you can go to our website at TusculumPioneers.com or social media. Find updates on game times or the Pioneer Up app, which you can find in your favorite app store. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Jack Harris. McCain with the set, 2-2 pitch. Half swing, did he go? Yes, he did. And Woolen Weber applies the tag. McCain gets a big strikeout. That's 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Harris down on strikes for the 2nd time. And now it'll be Aiden Bauer, the batter. Bauer has walked twice, singled, and lined out. He scored a run. Again, Tusculum will have Hinton, Stiegel, and Woolen Weber due up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now, Woolen Weber seems like he's struggling a little bit more. Got confirmation that Woolen Weber has his issues are of a sensitive nature. He seems like he's in a lot of discomfort. Took that foul tip earlier in the inning. He's due up 3rd in the 7th inning. He's going to go out and talk to McCain to try and walk this off a little bit. Woolen Weber, the number 8 hitter in the Pioneer lineup, is a solid hitter for the Pioneers too, so they'd hate to give up his bat. From a pinch hitting standpoint, Fuzzy Fur would probably be the obvious option. But we'll see how it goes here. So it's Bauer batting with 2 outs here in the 7th. So 2 outs in the 7th inning with Bauer batting, lefty against lefty. Stretch by McCain. And step off move. First pitch is low, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes to count to Aiden Bauer. Stretch by McCain. The 1-0 pitch. Right there for a strike, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to count to Bauer. McCain with the set. And the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 the count to Bauer. On deck is the catcher Ian Clemens, who has gotten hits his last 2 at-bats. McCain's just wants to get a strikeout here and end this inning and give the Pioneers a shot in the bottom of the 7th. He'll step off the rubber. Butler out there at second base. He walked to lead off the inning and stole second. McCain with the set, and the 2-1 pitch is inside, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike the count to Aiden Bauer. Newberry bullpen still working as we prepare to go to the bottom of the 7th inning. McCain with the set and the 3-1 pitch coming to Bauer. Chopped foul, it's a full count. 3-2 the count to Bauer. This is game 1 of a 4-game series. Another game tonight, 2 games tomorrow. Plenty of baseball action here at Pioneer Park over the next 24 hours. McCain with the set. Looks the runner back, 3-2 pitch, inside low, ball 4. So Bauer works the walk, 3rd time he's walked today. And runners at first and second now with 2 outs for the catcher Ian Clemens. Clemens struck out, popped up, and singled twice. 2 for 4. Now batting .214. McCain will try and keep it a 1-run game here. His first pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. 1 strike the count to Clemens. Tusculum pitching in this game has thrown, let's see here, 192 pitches, and they've walked 10. Popped up, shallow center field, Williams calls everybody off, and he'll make the catch, and the inning is over. So good job by McCain. He walked the batter, but he got out of it when it mattered. No runs, no hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th and possibly the final inning of tonight's Game 1 with Newberry leading 8-7 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We're off to the bottom of the 7th inning of game number 1 of this doubleheader. Christopher Osmond still out there for Newberry. He got the final out of the 6th inning on a fly out to center field by Murphy Flood with 2 on. It'll be Trey Hinton leading off the bottom of the 7th inning, followed by Jaden Stiegel and Chase Willenweber. Hinton is 0 for 3. He's grounded out, flied out twice. 8-7 Newberry. They've out-hit Tusculum 10-5. The stretch by Osmond, and the first pitch to Hinton is on the inside corner for strike 1. 1 strike to Trey Hinton. Osmond will come set. And his 0-1 pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. Two strikes to Trey Hinton. Osmond deliberately working out there. The 0-2 pitch. Chopped to second. Lansdowne charges. He's going to have to hurry, and his throw is in time for the out. 1 down here in the 7th, and Jaden Stiegel, the third baseman, will bat. Stiegel has walked and stolen a base, grounded out, and singled and scored. We have our answer about Willenweber, as Fuzzy Fur has moved into the on-deck circle to bat for Willenweber. Stiegel with a couple home runs this season. First pitch is in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes to count to Stiegel. Has 1 home run this season. The 1-0 pitch. Half swing, he went. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 to count to Stiegel. The 1-1 pitch, low, 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count to Jaden Stiegel here in the bottom of the 7th and scheduled final inning. The stretch, the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball is there for a strike, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count to Jaden Stiegel. Osmond, a freshman, trying to nail down the save. The 2-2 pitch. Low and away, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count to Jaden Stiegel. Stiegel has walked 11 times this season. He does have an eye at the plate. Every Pioneer hitter will take a walk. The stretch. And the 3-2 pitch. Fly ball to right field. LeBron has it lined up. And he'll make the catch for the second out of the 7th inning. So it'll be up to Fuzzy Fur. Fur will pinch hit for Chase Willenweber, who went 0 for 2. Fur this season is hitting .385, 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in. He's senior, 6'2", 225 out of Marietta, Georgia. All 3 of his home runs he hit in a series at Mars Hill, in a doubleheader at Mars Hill. He was named the SAC Player of the Week that week. First pitch to Fur is taken for a ball, 1-0. Kyle Williams waits on deck. 8-7. Newberry. The 1-0 pitch to Fur is a breaking ball in there for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Christian Fuzzy Fur. Osmond retired all 3 he's faced. The 1-1 pitch. Grounded to second. This could be the ball game. Lansdowne has it. His throw to first is in time. And after nearly 4 hours, the game finally comes to an end. Game 1 is in the books, and it goes to Newberry by a score of 8-7. We'll have the totals and a recap for you in just a moment. Your final score in Game 1, Newberry 8, Tusculum 7 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Welcome back to Pioneer Park, where Newberry is taking Game 1 of this series and Game 1 of this doubleheader by a score of 8-7. Newberry got 2 runs in the second inning on a sacrifice fly by Butler and an RBI single by Orr. They got 4 runs in the third inning to go up 6-0. Those runs scoring on a 2-run single by Terrence, a throwing error, and a ground out by Santiago. They made it 6-0. Tusculum got it to 6-2 in the third inning on a 2-run single by Murphy Flood. RBI single by Harris in the fourth made it 7-2, and a fielder's choice grounder made it 8-2. Martin doubled in the fourth to make it 8-3. Trammell homered in the fifth to make it 8-4. Then Tusculum got 3 runs in the sixth on an RBI single by Martin, a sac fly by Ford, and an RBI ground out by Trammell. But it was Osmond closing the door in the 7th inning to nail down the save as Newberry wins it by a score of 8-7. For Newberry, 8 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors, they left 12. For Tusculum, 7 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors, they left 7. The winning pitcher, Tomas Sorcia Jr., 4-1 on the year. Gunnar Becker takes the loss. He's 5-1. and the save for Christopher Osment, his first of the season. Top hitters in the game for Newberry: Orr was 2 for 5, Clemens 2 for 5, Terrence had 3 RBIs. For Tusculum, Flood with 2 RBIs, Trammell with 2 RBIs, including the home run. Martin 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs as well for the Pioneers, who, with the loss, dropped to 17-5 overall, 13-4 in the conference. Newberry improves to 10-6 overall, 7-2 in conference play. Game 2 of our doubleheader will start in about 25 minutes or so, 25 to 30 minutes, so we're looking at about a 10:05 or so first pitch. You can pretend it's a West Coast Major League game tonight, as we'll have a first pitch of maybe 10:05 or possibly even 10:10. Game 2 of our doubleheader, Doug Page will have the call of that one for you here on the Pioneer Sports Network. For our producer, Corey Seswick, I'm Jim Miller. Once again, your final score in Game 1 of our doubleheader is Newberry 8, Tusculum 7. You've been watching Tusculum Baseball on the Pioneer Sports Network.